Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. It's going to be a huge weekend, guys. There's tons of stuff to get through. We're actually just coming off the back this morning of the Europa League draw. I think probably the Conference League draw has happened. There's a huge weekend of football. MLS has returned. All the football all over the world this year, guys. As usual, to join me for the Game Week live stream, I've got my co-pilot with me today, none other than Harry Trades. Harry boy, thanks a lot for joining us. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you all. How we doing, Harry boy?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, it feels good to be back. Obviously wasn't here last Friday. I do apologise for that. But yeah, I'm back in action, and yeah, back to the deadline streams. I'm buzzing.
That's it. Loving the Angers shirt that you picked up there. It's probably a D2 shirt next season.
My main man Cherokee's playing against him this week, so I'm wearing it for good luck for Lyon, bad luck for Angers. But
you're hoping you curse Angers, is that what it is?
Yeah, basically the Harry Trades curse. I'm hoping to bring to Angers this week for sure.
I'm sure they won't thank you for that. Loving it. There's a bunch of legends in the live chat, live and loud, right quick with us. There's a bunch of you here already. Please, on arrival, guys, please do like the stream. Means a lot to me. We've got SR Monkey, Fist Bump, good to see you. Lloyd, Grant Smith, DB, Edward, Joe Neville, Jonathan Gargi, Grant Smith, David, Jameson Hunt, Edward, Derludo, Harry DaCosta, Ian Sorare, a bunch of yous here, live and loud. Guys, there's a huge game week. There's a bunch of yous getting stuck in for the first time. I'm getting so many messages this week, Harry. I've got my first full limited team going out. I've got my first 270 team. I'm going to attack this division. Whatever it might be. I don't know if it was actually off the back of the lineup builder with the drops yesterday, perhaps, actually, because it's been quite quick, actually, over the last 12 hours or so. So I think there's a lot of Sorare scouts and managers from around the world, Harry, really ready to get stuck into it with Korea, Japan, MLS, all of Europe. Everything's kind of firing this week, isn't it? Yeah, mate. We're sort of back in action now, aren't we? This is as bulky as it probably gets, I imagine, isn't it, this weekend? And then going on to sort of like the end of May, I guess this next sort of 2.5 months is where like every league, every region, like everything seems to be playing basically. From what I can remember. So yeah, really excited for that. There was a J League match this morning actually, which fell into like this midweek game week, which was a bit annoying for Shonen holders or card holders. But yeah, other than that, full J League, you got K League, and then the MLS is the big one, I think, isn't it? That they're sort of coming back onto our screens, which I'm buzzing for. I haven't actually signed up. Have you seen that the MLS, like the Apple TV package? They're charging it's like 80 quid for the whole year to watch every MLS game. So I think I'm gonna purchase that. Obviously, I'll miss this weekend's games, but I think I'm gonna get that for next weekend. But yeah, figure out how to get the old MLS Apple TV plugged into the studio somehow. I've not looked to see where I can get the app, because some of these TVs are smart TVs, and it's like weird because some of them have got some apps and some of them have got no apps, and blah blah. So I'm hoping it's quite easy. Let's hope.
I'm sure it will be. Yeah.
But I think that was part of it, Harry, because I was saying to you right before we came on, I'm like, I don't really know how to tackle the stream today, and I think it is. We need to add MLS into the running order, of course. I think that's probably part of that kind of feeling I had coming into the stream today, as there is so much more to try and engulf, going through Play Sharper, Predicted 11s, going through lineup builder, reward pools, all that kind of thing, We are on Twitter, but Harry boy, I know you did a wee tweet with a cheeky selfie before coming out today. But guys, I've put a tweet out also, so between me and Harry, either one of us, at Quinny3000 on Twitter, at Harry Trades YT on Twitter. Any of the posts for the stream today, if you could show us some love on Twitter, we like and a retweet. We trophy emojis, we party faces, all that good stuff. Getting ready for the deadline. Maybe throw some teams in there. Show us your big hopes. If you are debuting a team, that would be great. If you're debuting a team, you're going into a new division, your first team, whatever it is, we want to see the best debuts. That's a great one to add in to that. And just before we leave Twitter for a quick second, Harry boy, there's also a Sorare Survivor series on the go, organised by MPen 10. Has been a one-man hero in organising this. I don't think no one has done anything other than MPen 10, so he's an absolute hero. But it is a kind of last man standing kind of affair. You can find it on hashtag Sorare Survivor on Twitter or at MPen_10 on Twitter. But there's not too many of us left, but it looks like in terms of the votes, me, Cal, who's an old friend of the channel, of course, and Blockchain, You Never Walk Alone, Marky Boy, we're on the podium in terms of the public vote, as it were, for who's going to stay in. There's not that many managers remaining, but if you do want to get involved in this, I'm not too sure on everything that's going on, but it's a good kind of community game, if that makes sense. So there is a deadline to cast votes, 4 p.m. Central Eastern Time today. So if you are on Twitter, giving this tweet a wee bit of love, check out MPN10, give him a wee follow, and give this a bit of attention if you want to get involved and back. Quinny 3001 all the way to the top. Because I think this is cap 240, and I go quite strong in cap 240, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's all the kind of Twitter stuff. If you could help us out, guys. There's about 77 of you here. I'm not too sure how many of you have liked it yet, but please do. Like on arrival, guys, it means a lot to us, and it goes a long way to just helping more people on the interwebs find us here at the deadline, and it just means we can get the greatest and latest of intel as we come into the 3 o'clock deadline before we lock our Sorare teams in. I caught an injury one right before coming on, Harry. Okay. It was Quentin Timber. Looks to be out
long
he
term,
looks to be out injured. Yeah, so that's like quite a late one that came out today. And something else was popping off this morning. I forget what it was exactly. But the Sorare scouts and managers from around the world in the live chat have always got their finger to the pulse, Harry. As we're going through all this stuff here, they're checking out Twitter, they've got notifications on, and they're coming into the live chat. And we're getting the best intel here as we get into the deadline itself. So, we start with MLS, Harry. It kind of feels appropriate to go through some predicted 11s. And there's a lot of games and a lot of teams in MLS, right? So we'll maybe have a quick scan over them and pick out some of the highlights. I know NYC are playing the opening game on Friday, so that makes sense. And then we'll maybe see if there's any other fixtures. And obviously, I've got an NYC team, so that's a bit selfish for me. But anyway, but yeah, we can kind of knock around that because there's like 20 plus teams, and so it's a bunch of fixtures and whatever. And then we'll probably land into Europe and we'll bounce around Challenger and Champion and all that good stuff for like the opening kind of hour. We will have the Road to Glory giveaway, Harry, as well. So I did the Road to Glory thing on the channel again. It looks like I'll hold the voting until we get a little bit into the stream, but it looks like the new arrival that will be coming into the club will be Ferro, who's just moved back to Croatia, former Benfica Academy player recently at Vitesse. He looks to be the winner. It's only 250 votes. Normally these Road to Glory votes get much more. I was quite late in posting it, so I'll give it really the next kind of little bit, and we'll do a giveaway around interaction over there. Okay, so that's for the Road to Glory. I need you to vote for one player. Don't worry about commenting, liking it or anything like that. Just cast a wee vote because the winner of that will get a card, whoever's been nominated for that. And then there will be a giveaway later on, Harry, once we've done that for everyone that's joined us today. So we've got a little bit of something for everyone, it feels like. Okay, so feels like we'll probably start with MLS Predicted 11s.
Let's do it.
We've got a lot of fist bumps to catch up in the live chat. So, Harry, I don't know what you need to do to get some screens open or whatever, but while you do that, I'll drop some fist bumps in the live chat. So, again, guys, we're popping off. There's a lot of people here. If you can be dropping the likes when you get in here, guys, if you're having a good time and you're picking up some intel before the deadline, it's much appreciated. Nick PSV, George Hatton, Harry Trades here in the chat as well, my man. Gabrielle, Dallas M. Woods, 87, good to see you. Ross Irvin, Red or Dead, good to see you again, man. Badger Army, Charlie Dunbar, the legend, SR Dimebar. Jack Patterson, Sorare Joe, David Taylor, Andre, good to see you. Andre Malley. And then there's a bunch more. Hendo, I seen you. That's what I came back for fist bumps for. And Connor Aspel, good to see you. Mark Bennett as well. And Pierre, good to see you. Mickey Fu, good to see you. There we go. Sorted. So, for the MLS this week, me personally, I've got really all my eggs in the New York City basket. And I think, Harry, coming into the season, a lot of people have kind of wrote NYC off as a big transition year, a lot of upheaval. Acevedo was out. A lot of people still think Santi Rodriguez has left. He's actually stayed. He's signed on within the last kind of like quadruple confirmed now within the last like 48 hours or whatever. So I don't mind having a wee kind of underdog team. And I don't actually think there's that much of an underdog status when you look at the starting 11 and how decent it might be. NYC, New York City, FC, Predicted 11. Looks like Barraza. 65% on to come in as the goalkeeper. Back four of Gray, Chenot, Martins, Kufre, who I've picked up as super rare for on a nice wee snipe on the transfer news, which was fun. Midfield, which is very uninspiring, of Alfredo Morales and Keaton Parks, with Matias Pellegrini more likely than Santi to start, just because Santi's not long in the building. Gab Pereira, Talis Magno, and Thiago Andrade is probably, for me, going to be one of the stories of the season, and they all start together. Magno playing centre rather than on the wing is suboptimal, I think, probably, but we'll see how it develops through the season, Harry boy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I spoke last night on Value Talent podcast with Nashi and Feder. We did an MLS special, and yeah, this was one of the big talking points, I think. Magno being a number 9 this year, where he was deployed as a winger, or is a natural winger, very flary, likes to take players on. And in that number 9 role, there's probably they're going to try and emulate, the Castellanos type of role in this team, I imagine. They're not the same type of players. Magno's very direct, likes to take on players one-on-one, likes to play on the left, ideally. So I'm really interested to see how this actually works out for Magno. I rate him, and I think he'll score goals because he's big, he's tall, he's athletic. He can still play a number 9 role. Like, he's not like a small, agile winger that can just play on the wing and can't be a 9, like an Alan Velasco, let's say. He can play, he has the physicality and he has the the stature to be a 9. So I'm interested to see how that works out for him. Like you said, Santiago Rodriguez is a big player, coming back into the side after his good season last year. Nice to see Keaton Parks in there, Thiago Martins, a lot of the old timers. Obviously your boy Thiago Andrade. Are you still a holder of his card, Quinny?
Yeah, I've still got all my jersey number NYC cards.
Sorry, I completely blanked. Yeah, I won't ruin it for everyone, but Quinny's running a very aesthetically pleasing lineup this week, which we will obviously get into. Hint, hint, it's New York City related, but I won't sort of give the crux of it away. But yeah, no, looks a decent 11. Not an easy game, mind, away to Nashville.
No, totally not. Joe Willis in goals, Walker Zimmerman and Jack Mayer, who we were speaking about, coming in as the kind of centre half pair. Shaq Moore, America International, former Tenerife player or something like that. And Dan Lovett's complete the back 4. Sean Davis and Godoy in the double pivot. And then Fafa Pico, Randall Leal, who I'm a big fan of, Jakob Schaffelberg will be in support of Hani. I won't say what McBride normally says after that. Mukhtar.
No,
70% on his start, maybe Teal Burnbury, but Mukhtar's the MVP. He's got to be playing if he's fit.
Yeah, there's been a few fitness worries with Hani, hence the 70%. But no, I've watched Nashville play a few times in real life, to be fair, not at their new stadium, but their old stadium where the Titans, the NFL team, play. But yeah, Randall Leal's a really, really sort of underrated player, I would say. I mean, he doesn't score amazingly well on Sorare consistently, but he has peaks in his game. If he can get a couple of DAs, in and around Hani's game. Obviously, I like Zimmerman, love it. May I think I got a decent back 4. Willis is experienced. I don't know much about Schaffelberg. I think he was at Toronto, right? Is that?
Yeah.
I'm just looking off his picture, and then Fafa as well. I'm pretty sure he wasn't there last year. But yeah, Sean Davis is a decent DM, and Godoy's decent as well. But yeah, this team doesn't scream. Like, if you take Hani out of this team, I do struggle to see where they score goals, if I'm honest.
Yep.
Leal can create things, but I do think Leal and Mukhtar sort of link up will be vital for this team if they want to score goals this season.
Brilliant. So that's the Nashville Predicted 11 there.
Yeah, because there's no CJ Sapong as well, is there?
No Sapong. Great catch on that one. Just caught Haim Eyes in the chat. Backman, he has done the Dallas Predicted 11. So let's have a look at Dallas at home to Minnesota. Martin Pies in goals. Jesus, Martinez, Ibiaga and Farfan make up the back 4. It's surprising to see Ibiaga start. Quinon, Leggett and Pomico make up a midfield trident there. And then a front 3 of Areola, Ferreira and Velasco has got legs and energy in it big time, doesn't it? It's a really good Dallas team. Yeah,
I used to watch. Well, I still watch a lot of Dallas, and I've still got my 10 of 10 jersey mint Jesus Ferreira in the club, so I'm massively supporting him this weekend. But yeah, no, I really like their front sort of 6. The midfield 3 solid. Pomicle's number 8. He can get box to box. He's not the most decisive player, but you've got Leggett, who's one of your boys, who can kind of fill that sort of decisive role, I guess, in that midfield. And then the front 3 is just frightening, honestly. Really, really interchangeable. All score goals, all can create things, all very dynamic and quick. I see Dallas scoring a couple of goals against this Minnesota side.
Minnesota look to be lining up with St. Clair in goals. Taylor, Boxall, Dibase and Kemar Lawrence as a back 4. That is like a bargain basement MLS defence right there, if I've ever seen one. Will Trapp and Robin Lod in the double pivot, and then Fragapane, Garcia and Huangwan, that's a difficult one for sure, in support of Cameron Dunbar, who's 70% on its start. It looks like everybody here is pretty nailed on. Maybe Lod comes into attacking mid and Arriaga comes into the pivot position here, but much less likely than that. So no Reynoso for Minnesota, and that could be, real cannon fodder material potentially for Dallas. Like that back line, Boxall, Dibase, Lawrence, doesn't inspire me with confidence against that Dallas team.
Not at all, mate. I honestly, looking at that 11 there, the only player that I have a bit of faith in is Robin Lod. Like, I don't really rate anyone else on that field. Like you said, no Reynoso, which is massive. That he's the Carlos Heel of Minnesota. Everything goes through him. He's an absolute baller. In fairness to him, but yeah, if he's not there, I struggle to see how this team scores goals, if I'm honest.
Yeah, for sure. So let's hope it's all one-way traffic for Dallas. We also have El Tráfico this week. So it's going to be Galaxy at home to LAFC. So the El Tráfico preview, the LA Galaxy Predicted 11. We've got Jonathan Bond in goals, Leerdam and Raheem Edwards in fullback. Now, Raheem Edwards is a cheeky wee under-23 forward card that will be building up some AA in a game like this. Professor Techers is in the chat as well, fist bump my man. He shouted out earlier, Fafa Peacock has been a good budget forward option. I won a Peacock forward last year when he was at Houston, and even in a rubbish team like Houston, I would definitely concur. The guys he can get some scores for sure. But Raheem Edwards is definitely one to watch out for here, left back for the Galaxy. And then centre backs look to be Chris Mavinga and Martin Cáceres. Would you believe it? No space for Koulibaly. I don't know if that's a fitness thing or whatever, but Mavinga and Cáceres is an interesting centre back pairing. And the holding midfields, it looks like Gaston Brugman, who's a new one on me for sure, alongside Marky Delgado. Then the three in support of the striker looks to be Efra Alvarez, more than likely, than Douglas Costa. Ricky Puig in the number 10 position. And then Memo Rodriguez, probably preferred over Jonathan Bond, it looks like, the goalkeeper, to be in the
I know, yeah, I've just noticed that myself.
It's maybe Jonathan Perez is who he's meant to put there, I suppose. Must be a Jonathan glitch. And then one of I was really close to picking this guy, Harry, for the video we did together. I ended up going with Ferreira because of how cheap he was, but Dejan Joveljic looks to start this game. L15 of 38. This guy, like, I had him as an Anderlecht card when he went to Galaxy. He can score well. I'm a big fan of this guy, top to bottom. I think he could have a big season this year. And he looks to be starting. He's a big game player. He hits bangers. He scores great goals. And in this exact match, he could be a great guy to be playing.
100%. Chicharito's out injured. Joveljic is the only other sort of recognised number 9 in this LA Galaxy team. And Puig behind him, Efrain Alvarez on the wing. They've got a really good under 23 contingency in those three boys there. That Brugman, I don't know too much about him, but Nashi spoke about him on my podcast last night, and he said he came into the side at the back end of last year, and apparently he's a top player, to be fair. So yeah, I'm sure he can be an asset to them. But yeah, if Puig is going to be the bread and butter of this team. If he's not ticking, then the team's not ticking. It is kind of how this will probably go. But yeah, big first game of the MLS season, El Tráfico. Really, really big.
Galaxy look to have John McCarthy in goals, which just sounds like a problem already, doesn't it? Holling said Jesus Murillo, Aaron Long on a 50% coin toss with Chiellini for centre-back, along with Diego Palacios make up the defence. Midfield of Acosta, Eli Sanchez and Cifuentes. Maybe Timmy Tillman comes in over Eli Sanchez, but the front three looks to be Dennis Bunaga, Carlos Vela and Opoku. So quite a strong Galaxy team once you get past the goalkeeper.
Yeah, really strong. Honestly, I'm looking at 7 or 8, 9 players here that I really fancy in that sense, and that's always a good indication of a decent 11, isn't it? If you can kind of enjoy the majority of a team. On paper, I know they're away from home, but it's the same sort of state. They don't have to travel very far, and I mean, if I had money on it, I think LAFC win this game. I don't know if it's comfortably. Yeah, I just think I'm looking at this. There's too much firepower in this six. Acosta, Buanga, Poku, Cifuentes, Vela. What a five that is, if I'm not there's just goals, there's assists, there's chances created, there's flair, and that's kind of what we'll probably need to sort of win this game. Diego Palacios as a left back as well is basically another winger. They've got a lot of firepower going forward. Can they be strong at the back? Murillo's a good player. I don't know why Long is at 50% or Chiellini's at 40%. Okay. I mean, either one of them that come in, I mean, I'm not comparing Aaron Long to Chiellini, but Chiellini is getting on a bit now, but doesn't mean to say he's not, still a top player.
Looking at those midfield ratings, Cifuentes on L15 of 35. If we fancy that midfield to be overran, he could be really OP in one of those low caps.
Yeah, he just pops off. We were looking at him last night on the pod. I know I keep referencing it, but it's funny how we're doing this. And all we did yesterday was speak about MLS. So yeah, no, Cifuentes is capable of hitting really, really high peak scores. The reason why his L15 is that low is because for some reason he just sits sometimes and he ends up on a 25 because he's just come off the bench and not really done anything. Is kind of the issue there. So, but it's not an issue. It's a good thing because this new cap mode, it allows for these type of, good peaky players to come in and have really low L15s.
For sure. And beyond that, I'm not too sure what other games are really going to stand out in MLS because they're the main ones that grabbed my attention when I looked over it. So we'll have a wee sconce, Harry, and we'll see what ones we think might actually come into the reckoning here.
Should have a look at Seattle's.
Yeah, Seattle. Play Sharper's just deciding to glitch up on us a wee bit, Harry boy.
If you
Come back
if you
in a wee
want,
second.
I can share my tab if you want, like Play Sharper, if that helps.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we could do that.
Just so.
Yeah, let's try that. See if yours is going to behave. Right, there we go. We're on yours now. Oh, nice. You've got Seattle up. Lovely. That was seamless.
I'm quite surprised to see Stefan Fry at 70. I think, wasn't there a few injury concerns? Well, not injury concerns, but fitness concerns with Stefan Fry? Because otherwise, I just can't see how he wouldn't be, as nailed as he sort of gets.
I think from like the situation with the Stefans at Seattle, it's a case of like Fry's going to be the main guy, but Cleveland's probably going to play 15 times over the season, and it's just 3 games here, 2 games there, 1 game here. I think that's probably the way it will shake out.
No, I was on the pod last night. Feder and Nashi both really fancy Seattle to go really far this year in their conference, and I wasn't sort of against it, but the fact that, like, to be honest, they do have João Paulo back, who's a massive part of this team. I think he blew his cruciate ligament or ACL last year. I remember the game he did it in as well. It was horrific, to be fair. So they missed him for literally the whole year last year, and they just didn't look the same team without him. But there's some big players around him. Ladero, Roldan, both Roldans, but mainly Christian going forward. Jordan Morris, who's has blistering pace for the MLS. He's a bit raw, but he does have quality in sort of streaks. And then they've got Heber down to start the first game because Rudiez apparently is hamstring injury, I think, or hamstring strain. So Heber's in, obviously, of New York City last year. I'm sure you still have his jersey, man, Quinny?
Of course I do.
Of course you do.
It's a beautiful Seattle Predicted XI there, Harry boy, and I did not expect to see Heber on that, And after we made that video on Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever day it was, when I seen that along with like Roldan, Yaimar, both Roldans and Morris, I think like out of all those Seattle players I did pick for that build, it's like, I don't know if there was like 10 outfielders, 8 of them are starting there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good 11. It's really good. I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched Kellen Rowe play football, but he's one of the worst players I've ever seen in my life. Wow. And that is, I don't know if anyone in the chat can back me up on this. He's absolutely shocking. He's like a utility player that plays for Seattle. I only know this because I do have a Seattle jersey behind me somewhere. My best mate's a big Seattle fan. He gave me his jersey. And yeah, we just both really, really, I mean, it's not nice to hate on professional footballers because they are better than us at what they do. But Kellen Rowe is shocking at football. So I'm hoping Albert Rusnak can come in there because he's of a lot more quality than Rowe. But yeah, decent 11 at home to Colorado, who, I mean, they have some decent players. They've brought in Cabral, who I don't think's decent, but hopefully he can sort of kick on again in a different team other than LA Galaxy, because he wasn't great for the Galaxy, I don't think. Cole Bassett's back from Feyenoord and on loan to Fortuna Sittard. He's back in the MLS, still only 21. I think he could have a really good season. Jack Price, Rubio. There's some decent players here. This will be a decent cagey game. I'm not writing Colorado off, but I do fancy a nice little Seattle win. It's hard to predict if it's going to be a clean sheet or not, but 35% clean sheet probability, according to Play Sharper. Decent numbers, but it's nowhere near the 50s, is it really, that we probably want if you're looking for those, big defensive stacks.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, decent predicted 11s there for Seattle and Colorado. I think the next one, Techers has gave us a shout here. Atlanta at home to San Jose. My door has actually went this time, Harry. 2 seconds.
No, you're fine. Atlanta United, another team that I've been lucky enough to actually watch in the flesh. And in that game, Miles Robinson, I think he did snapped his ankle in half or whatever he did. He was out for the whole season. I'm a bit of a curse when I go and watch MLS games. But Miles Robinson is back in the heart of the Atlanta defense, which is massive. Miles Robinson is huge. He has no L15, I believe, if that's correct. So he's basically a free hit, as is Brad Guzan, who was injured last year. Tekka says Cabral is also raw. Yeah, I agree with that. I massively agree with that. But very similar team to last year. If I'm looking, Gutman played last year. Brooks Lennon, Rosette, and Ibarra, they were both there last year. Ibarra is actually a decent player. I think he's still under 23. Obviously, Almada being at the heart of that sort of number 10 role for Atlanta, who I really, really rate his class. He's way too good for the MLS. If we're being honest, he's in that, he's in that Ricky Puig, Almada, they're probably the upper echelon of under 23 sort of midfielders this upcoming season. Mickey says the fake field turf in Atlanta is a killer. Yeah, I agree with that. That is probably I think last year they had the craziest amount of injuries. I don't even want to try and predict the number, but it was absolutely stupid, the amount of injuries that Atlanta had last year. And I think one of the factors is definitely their sort of artificial field. Front three, Araujo, who I think is absolutely exceptional. Giakoumakis, old Celtic. Number 9, moved to Atlanta. I think he's going to have a decent season. I rate him. I don't think he's aesthetically pleasing on the eye, but he does a job. He's a handful. He's a big number 9. And I think he'll come rough and ready for the MLS and want to, sort of prove that he can score goals again. He scored a crazy amount of goals in the Eredivisie that season before Celtic snapped him up. So I'm interested to see, how he gets on this season, to be honest. And then Derek Etienne Jr., who was playing for Columbus Crew last year. I'll be honest, I don't know a great deal about him, but he's moved from Columbus Crew. He's predicted, he's 50% predicted to start. Luke Brennan as the other 50%. I'll be honest, I don't know too much about him, lads, in the chat, or Quinny, you can sort of fill me in on him. But no, I do fancy Atlanta to score a few goals here against this San Jose side.
Yeah, San Jose love conceding some goals. I think Giakoumakis is quite low there because there was some confusion over work permit status and all that kind of thing. I think it's all been kind of wrapped up in the last, 48 hours or something. But I think that's why he's just so low down. I'm kind of opting to stay away from picking him this week because I don't need to pick him. I could pick him, but I'm just not going to take the gamble on. He's just not even registered for the match. If anyone can clarify that, then obviously I'll take some up-to-date info, but the latest intel I could see was still vague, to say the least. But I think that Atlanta front line is built to score goals. Joseph Martinez should have been doing this kind of job, but he just was never fit or in favour or not being a disruption, it feels like, over the last year or two. So having just a proper fox in the box, a guy that'll crash through a wall, to get on the end of the ball, I think it's going to be really good. And looking at this San Jose Earthquakes team, I'm not too sure they're going to have much to stop Atlanta, are they?
No, probably not defensively. They brought in Mensah, I see, from Columbus Crew. Other than that, I'm not too familiar with their goalkeeper, whoever Daniel is, without a picture. I know they have JT Markanowski, but for whatever reason, they're 45% each. So no clear number 1 in goals. If anyone else can sort of tell us any more on that sort of goalkeeper situation, I'd be greatly appreciated. But I do like the front 4. Espinoza, Montero, Cade Cowell, and Abobasi can score goals. There's pace there. There's quality in Espinoza. Montero's unbelievable. If you've ever watched him play, he is an absolute baller. Fair play to him. He's class. Abobasi went on a really good streak last year, I remember, of just scoring goals and sort of getting assists for a good stretch of games, which made him hot property for a while. But I'm interested to see how Cade Cowell gets on this year. He's been around the block for a few years now. Hasn't really kicked on as much as his ability and maybe his sort of physicality would sort of show. But I think maybe this year, another year more mature, another year of, MLS football under his belt, and hopefully he can sort of be an outlet on that left wing for San Jose this year.
Yeah. I see that front. With MLS, it is just about scoring goals. Sometimes you just give up on defending to an extent. Like, you're going to concede 1 or 2. This is the quality defence we've got. We've just got to live with it and go and score 3. 100%.
Outscore your opponent, isn't it? Is kind of the motto, I guess. In the MLS. But other than that,
let's have a look at the new team, St. Louis. Who do they have?
Let's do it. Let's have a look. Where is St. Louis? There it is. Austin FC versus St. Louis FC.
Nice. Last year's new team.
Yeah, I do like the look of Austin. Had a good first debut season in the MLS last year. Derusi, Diego Fagundes. There's some good players here. Zardes is an MLS sort of prodigy of the past. There's some decent players in here for this Austin team, who are big favourites to win the game, obviously, against this brand new St. Louis FC side. Just looking at names here. Klaus used to play for Standard Liège. Yep. Number 9, obviously Roman Berkey in goals, ex-Dortmund. I've seen John Nelson before. He was playing for Cincy last year. Other than that, I'm a little bit clueless on a few of these players. This Thomas Orstrak guy, I've got a funny feeling that he's going to be some sort of player, if I had to guess. Let's have a look who he used to play for.
Indiana Vassilev, he used to play for Aston Villa. I think he maybe had a wee shot at Inter Miami last year or something like that, or Chicago maybe.
This Ostrak fella used to play for Cologne in the Bundesliga, but didn't really play. So I don't know. For me, I'm going into this clueless. We need Andy Black here really to, or Jimmer really to help us on St. Louis's sort of starting 11. But yeah, I mean, it's always going to be tough for a new franchise to come into the MLS. I mean, I think Austin were kind of an exception to that. I think they came in with a lot of sort of quality in Derusi and Diego Fagundes. So I don't know. I just don't see where St. Louis is like immediate goal threat and immediate sort of chances created are going to come from. I could be wrong, but I just don't really see it on the pedigree of what they've bought so far. Hopefully, I'm proved wrong, but I'm excited to see how they get on in their first season.
For sure. And if there's nothing else, I don't know if there's anything else in MLS that anyone in the chat, if there's a game you want us to go back to, we'll come back to it. But I say there is just so many. You could go through every game to the kind of detail we've done. And
Philly, Columbus, Philly are going to be massive favourites this year again. They've kept Kai Wagner, which was huge. Settled back 5, and basically settled 11. Really, I don't think they've brought in too many new players. So they'll be raring to go again, hoping to get some revenge on what happened in the MLS Cup final last year. And yeah, I'm excited to see how Zelarayan and Chucho Hernandez get on this upcoming season as a pair. 5 at the back, Evan Bush.
Aidan Morris back fit as well.
Aidan Morris back, Kevin Molino back as well. Funny story, I actually played a 5-a-side tournament with his brother in America. But yeah, he blew out like his ACL all last year, so he didn't play at all. But he was on DP money, I think. I don't know if he's a DP still, but I know
he was at Minnesota and wherever else he just was as well. But he's always a high-paid player, isn't he?
His brother told me how much he was on at Columbus Crew, and I couldn't believe it because he wasn't playing for a whole year. But it doesn't really matter, I guess. When you
that's out bragging, love it.
Yeah, well, I think he was more jealous, to be fair. No, that's kind of. I mean, there's not too much else to really go through. Charlotte home to the Revs, DC at home to Toronto. I think Toronto will have a good season. Portland Timbers at home to Kansas City. There's so many games in the MLS. It's all fun and games. There's going to be goals everywhere. And yeah, I'm just excited to see it all sort of kick off this weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you there, buddy. In terms of the weekend itself, then, where should we kind of take this next? I'll maybe see what the chat or maybe want to do. What do you think of SKC? Yeah. I have a stack of Montreal. Huge expectations from them. Are SKC playing Montreal? Maybe a wee 2-for-1 effort. I don't know. But yeah, in terms of Europe, because it is like all guns blazing still in Europe. We've had a lot of midweek action as well, so there's going to be a lot of different rotations, a lot of different things going on. So I think when I was doing the drafts and stuff like that, I felt like the Bundesliga was quite a difficult league this week. So let's have a maybe look at like Bayern and Dortmund or something, just the kind of big hitters. And then maybe a wee sneaky one that's got a good fixture or something.
Yeah, so Bayern at home to Union, who played last night and beat Ajax at home to qualify for the knockouts of the Europa League, I believe. Yeah. Bayern at home, I mean, it's Bayern, isn't it? But they are playing Union Berlin, who are just no mugs at all. I'm surprised to see they've dropped down to 5th, actually, but they were flying sort of high in 1st and 2nd for a while. I'm guessing
I think it's super tight, Harry. I know that table doesn't have the points. Yeah, I think it's like 1 or 2 points up there.
It must be stupidly tight, but I mean, yeah, Bayern at home, you kind of have to expect goals, but Union Berlin are good defensively. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of an upset here, although Union played last night. There's going to be a bit of fatigue maybe in the legs. When do these play? Sunday. So there's a bit of rest in between, to be fair. So it's not as if they play on Saturday. Pretty settled 11. Muller, Goretzka's the only... Well, I don't know why Sane's playing CDM, according to this. I'm sure Sane would probably be on this right wing.
Yeah, I'll probably change the shape if he was to come in for him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know. Sometimes it was funny when we've seen Bond earlier in left wing. I think that might just be if he comes in, then like you say, it's a shuffle effect,
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, not much to really say on this Union team, to be honest. But they're playing really well, to be honest. Pretty settled 11. Diego Leite's in there, Doiki's in there, Haber, but they've got some decent players, and they're definitely sort of outperforming their expectations, I imagine, this season. That's kind of the Bayern situation, and then going down, we've got Leverkusen away to Freiburg. That'll be a decent game. There's always goals in there's always goals in Leverkusen games, as we obviously know. But Freiburg are normally pretty good defensively. They're second in the league. They've got a nice little Flecken, Ginter, Leinhardt sort of defensive stack here, which I really, really like. Hoffler, Gregovic, Griffo. They've got some good players. Dohan. There's some really, really exciting players here who can definitely pop off on their day. I wouldn't be expecting a Leverkusen clean sheet here, to be honest. Interesting to see the Wirtz isn't on here at all. That makes no sense. I know he played last night, but there's no way he's like...
He went to extra time and all that, I think, didn't he?
I know, but you surely be on there for like 30. But, do you know what I mean?
Oh, I think he'll definitely feature. I'm playing him in a team, but it's a low priority team because he probably will get 20 or 30 minutes.
No, that makes sense. Because, Diaby didn't come on until like the 103rd minute, I guess, last night. Obviously, they qualified. Ezequiel Palacios was class. I think he scored 100. Yep. The boys are saying Dortmund, Bayern, and Union are all tied on 43 points. Sorry. So that makes sense. But yeah, no, I can see this Leverkusen side sort of, shipping a few goals, considering that it's a weakened side on paper, even though they're still, top quality players after playing last night.
Freiburg got good defense as well, so it could be a good Freiburg week, if you know that, because Freiburg didn't play last night. I know they're through, but I think they won their group or something, so they didn't have a game.
100%.
So Freiburg might get a clean sheet out of that. Really, it could be an upset one, a differential. Before you go to that, Harry, I was going to say, we'll do this one, but when we leave Germany, we've got a shout to go back to MLS and do the predicted 11s for Miami, Montreal. I think there's about 3 or 4 people in here after that, so
no worries.
When we leave Germany, we'll go back and do that quick.
Yeah, 100%. Leipzig at home to Frankfurt. Frankfurt got popped on the midweek against Napoli, so they'll probably be raring to go, but away to Leipzig isn't a nice fixture, is it, for anybody in the Bundesliga? They're not heavy favourites, but they are, of course, favourites. 2.05 xG, which is nice to see. Werner, Silva, Schloboslai, Forsberg, pick any one of those 4, and a couple of them will probably get a few decisives if you had to guess. Gvardiol was on the score sheet my midweek, which is big for him and you, Quinny, I guess, as a holder.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hendricks at 60%, Simakan at 40%, and then you got Raum at 65 and Hastenberg at 35. I don't know whether you'd be wanting to touch those really. You got Nkunku to come into this as well, which is nuts.
Yeah, I think Nkunku plays over Forsberg, and I don't know, like, it's weird because Leipzig played City on Tuesday or Wednesday night or something, and like I could see Leimer or Schlager, I could see one of them getting dropped for this game. There's no sniff of that on this, but they're not that great together. Leimer will leave for Bayern Munich, so I don't know. I would expect Nkunku, and I'd probably take a change in midfield, but I think that's a really strong Leipzig team. But
it is a nice
Frankfurt can score goals, and that Blaswich, doesn't he? He's allergic to clean sheets. Oh, we lost Harry. Hate it when that happens. We'll get Harry boy back, don't worry. I was just looking at the scores from earlier. Harry will be back in a second, I'm sure. I'll go and let's see if I can get America up. I'll go and look at Miami, Montreal, and Harry can get us back to whatever we were just doing. So the predicted 11 for Inter Miami at home to Montreal. We're going to have Drake Callender in goals, a back 4. Wow. Listen to this. Yedlin, Sergei Krivtsov, Chris McVeigh, and Franco Negri. What a back 4 that is, by the way. In midfield, Gregor and Stefanelli in the engine room, with Juan Mota and Rodolfo Pizarro in the creative roles. And then up front, it's going to be Leandro Campagna with Joseph Martinez on a 75%, Corentin Jean on 25%. So yeah, more likely going to be Joseph that starts. For Miami, it looks like they'll be lining up with Pantemis in goals, a back 5 of Lapalainen, Kamil Miller, Rudy Camacho, Joe Waterman on 50% with Aaron Herrera, and Aaron Herrera on right back is on 50% with Zachary Brault-Juillard. So wee bit of Aaron Herrera is definitely starting, but is it Joe Waterman or Zachary Brault-Juillard that will take his place? It's hard to say. In the midfield engine room, we're going to have Samuel Piette with Victor Wanyama, and then in number 10, it's a 50-50 coin toss for Ahmed Hamar, I think his name is, or Hamal, I can't see his last letter there, or Sean Ray. And then up front, it looks to be Mason Toy, the toy boy, Mason Toy, back in the house over Kai Kamara. They'll probably share the 90 minutes alongside Romel Kyoto in attack. L15 a 29 for Mason Toy, and I don't know how much he's doing on the market or whatever at the moment. But I don't know if this is a good game. Yeah, probably is a good game for Toy. Toy loves score. If you go and look at the goals that this guy scores, he's got real venom in his boots. Guys, there's over 140 of you guys here, and we've got less than 50 likes. Come on. We're almost approaching an hour. We've got the Road to Glory stuff to give away. I'm going to give away a Beastia card to you guys as well. As soon as Josh arrived, that is funny. That's when Harry get booted. Let's see if we can get you back, Harry. I'll try. Josh has hacked the stream. Josh has got the gremlins in the system, I think, or something. But yeah, we'll get Harry back as quick as we can. But yeah, that looks to be quite a strong team from both of them. That's probably a good game to watch for the neutral. I'm not too sure about the whole... they've got a new manager there at Montreal. I'm not too sure the whole situation there. But Phil Neville, I think this is his second full season he'll be getting now. Excuses are out the window. Kreifstoff, by the way, I really back him to be a big MLS defender this year. This guy's like an old football manager favourite of mine. And when I seen that he moved to Miami, like if he had a super rare cheap enough, I'd have probably went and got it. He used to be one of these guys back in the day at Shakhtar, like back in the day on Football Manager, when this guy was like 18, I'm talking about. He had like a really low minimum fee release, and he was like tackling, marking, heading, strength, jumping. The 6 or 7 core centre-back statistics were all 15 plus, and he was like a teenager, and you could get him on minimum fee for next to nothing. He's got some rares going. They're quite... Oh, there's one up here for 38 grand. I don't think you want to buy that one. But yeah, there was no super rares going. But I just... I like this guy a lot. I'd like to see him do well this year. And, so yeah, good to see him in the starting 11. I'm not getting any notifications that Harry has attempted to return, so I don't know if Harry is trying to return and the system won't let him, or if we've lost him. Sorry, I'll just go back here. So, has anyone heard anything about Bono? I own Dimitrovic in rare. I think this is for Sevilla. We'll get into La Liga as well. Do you think Wirtz is going to play? Jelmer, I think he's definitely going to play. There's no two ways about it for me. Just take my headphones off since Harry's not here. Yeah, I think Wirtz definitely plays. I think he definitely features. There's no two ways about it for me. In that sense, if we go back into Europe, we're finishing off with Harry there, Germany. So if I have a quick look at Germany again, we looked at we didn't quite get to Dortmund, so I think we'll get to Dortmund because they're playing Hoffenheim, and that will probably be a really good goals galore kind of match. I think otherwise across the Bundesliga, probably a great one-sided fixtures, probably Bremen. We'll open up Bremen in case you're going to do the draft for the Bundesliga, because any Bremen player, look at how many of them are L15 under 40. Even Dutch at 54, Fulkrug at 55, great forward options this week. And then the guys that generally contribute to things like assists and goal making and whatever, the set piece takers, they're also so low scored. And against Bochum, you would fancy them to score 2 or 3 goals in this game. Werder Bremen doing very well this year, up in 7th position. So for the draft, I think Werder Bremen could be a great pick out there. But Hoffenheim, Dortmund is probably going to be a fight of a game. The Hoffenheim Predicted 11 will have Bowman, John Brooks back in defence since transferring from Benfica, with Kabak and Kevin Voigt. Now, I think when this back three gets settled, it will be very formidable in the Bundesliga. The midfield 4 across the middle is going to be Kaderbech, Geiger, Delaney and Angelino. Baumgartner in number 10, and then up top, Bebu and Kramaric. For Borussia Dortmund, it looks to be Kobel in goals. Their Predicted 11 goes on to have Guerrero, Schlotterbeck, Sula and Ryerson in defence. And then in midfield, Emre Can Not, as I like to call him, Jude Bellingham and Julian Brandt in midfield, with the front 3 being a wee bit unfamiliar in recent times perhaps. Marco Reus getting a start, Haller back starting, and Bino Gittins is forced his way into the starting 11, it would seem. Small chance of Malin making the team, it would seem. But this Borussia Dortmund team, particularly midfield, Brandt and Bellingham, Guerrero, Schlotterbeck, are all that kind of engine room part of the team once they get into the final, once they're building up play, are in great form and great fettle. And if they can keep the supply going, Hoffenheim have been conceding after having a great period of being very solid defensively. So it could equally be one of those mad surprise games where it's 0-0 and no one's seen it coming. So yeah, I think that's all we have for Germany. Thought Wirtz went off injured. Ooh, he went off injured? No, I was going on McBride chatting to us, and I didn't. He was kidding on. He was saying he held his hamstring back up and he played on. Vinny's a big fan of that Bremen fixture. I think for the draft, it's one of the OP fixtures of the game week for sure. And I'm on the big camera. I need to fix my Barnet a bit better. But I think we'll have a look. So Germany, again, there's not that much. Normally we look at France and think about PSG and how. Check my phone. We'll try and get Harry back in. Right, 2 seconds, guys. Let's try and get Harry back. Okay. Right, let's go and get Harry. Where are you, Harry boy? Right, guys, how many of you have liked it now? But it's 69 likes. That's a lovely number of likes, to be honest, I suppose. But could we get over 100, guys? There's about 150, 160 of you guys here. Come on, help us out a bit. It just helps more people find the channel, and that's what we're all about here. Making the party bigger and louder and stronger, you know. So thanks very much to everyone that's joining us. We're going to do, okay, I'll get the Mainz Gladbach lineup since someone's asked for that. I've sent Harry boy a new link. Let's see if we can get Harry back in the house. Before we go to France, let's have a look at Mainz Gladbach since someone's asked for that. I'm quite interested in this because I've got the Mainz goalkeeper now, Finn Damen. He's 70% on at start. Edmilson, Fernandez, Stefan Bell, and Hans Olsen complete the defence. In midfield, it looks to be Wilmer, Barreiro, Stack, and Kachi. Onisiwu, Ajork, and Sung Lee, or Jae Sung Lee, I beg your pardon, will be the forward line. For Borussia Mönchengladbach, Omlin continues in goals. The defence is Remy Bensebaini, who is now confirmed to be going to Borussia Dortmund in the off-season, alongside Nico Elvelde, Ko Itakura, and the American dream Joe Scally in at fullback. Chris Kramer, Emmanuel Coney in the engine room, Lars Stindl looking to create and pull the strings, with Alassane Playa up front, with Marcus Thuram and Jonas Hoffman. L15 of 57 for Hoffman makes him a really strong draft pick this week. So yeah, good strong teams over there. And I think otherwise Bundesliga, yeah, I think we're done with that. In France, like I was mentioning, normally we look at France. Oh, is it not letting? Let me try and see if I can do. Let me try and add in a new, like 2 seconds, Harry boy. I'm going to try and get you back in. We'll try and we'll do this. Boom. Right, okay, this might work. But I need to make sure you're not ginormously massive. There we go. Put you there. Right, Harry boy, I'll send you another link. We'll try and get this in. I think it's a different link. I hope it's a different link, and it should hope that it looks like the same link. Right, I've sent you another one. It's definitely different. Let's see if we can get Harry boy back in the house. I hate these technical difficulties, man. It's such a pain in the bum. We're going to go to France, but because in France we don't have a power game for PSG. PSG are actually playing in Le Classique against Marseille. The Marseille Predicted XI is Paulo Lopez in goals with, wow, look at this defence. Jonathan Klaus, one of the best attacking fullbacks in European football, alongside Eric Bailly, Leandro Balerde and Sead Kolasinac. In midfield, it's going to be Guendouzi, Rongier and Veretout. In support of the attacker, it's going to be Malinovsky and Cengiz Under, with Alexis Sanchez looking to be the attacker. Now, there is a few 70% across this. Kolasinac and Tavares, maybe a bit interchangeable. Onai for Guendouzi is possible. Malinovsky and Under are also at risk of accommodating Onai, or Uenai, or whatever his name is, and Vitinha is the backup to Sanchez there. But for Paris Saint-Germain, they're predicted 11 for PSG. Donnarumma, Nuno Mendes returns with Sergio Ramos. Marquinhos is on a 50-50 with Kimpembe, and then Pembele is on 70%, maybe 30% opportunity for Juan Bernat. In midfield, it looks to be Marco Verratti, Vitinha, Warren Zaire-Emery, and Fabian Ruiz. Few 50-50 calls. Maybe Danilo Pereira comes into midfield somewhere. Basically it's Danilo Pereira might come in for somebody is the thinking here. And then we also have up front Mbappe and Messi. Of course, no Neymar after his injury last week. So strong PSG front line, and at the top of the table here, it's just lawns that separate them. Again, we're not too relying on the Play Sharper League tables here, but we do know that Marseille and PSG are riding high at the top of the division. So that'll be a big one. And it takes potentially a bit of PSG firepower out of some of the leaderboards. If that, they concede a couple of goals, maybe they don't even win. Maybe they only score one or something, Lille at home at Brest. That could be a great game for the draft, or for any Lille stackers out there. Great form that they're in. The Lille Predicted 11, fairly predictable. Chevalier, Diakite, Yoro, Giallo and Wea in defence. Andre and Gomez in the engine room. Angel Gomez, Remy Cabella and Jonathan Bamba supporting Jonathan David as the Arrowhead attacker. Brestois, if you want to know their club, their team, I beg your pardon, is Bizot, Jean-Kevin Duverne, Dare Brassier, Lala, Le Moulin, Belkelba, Camara, Arconte, Duaran, and Ellis. Tried my best there, sorry. And then there was another game in here. Harry, unfortunately, who's not managed to rejoin us, as Lyon away to Angers. Could be a great fixture. The Lyon team, the Lyon Predicted XI, Anthony Lopez in goals, Tagliafico in left back, Diamonde, Lukeba and Lovren in the centre back positions, with Kumbedi on right back, and centre mid Thiago Mendes and Maxence Kakare, and then a front three of Ryan Cherki, Amin Sarr, who's now got a Lyon picture here, must have some Lyon cards coming, Moussa Dembele on for 70%, maybe Bradley Barcola is on for 30% in this game. Angers at the moment are down toward the rock bottom of the table. Paul Bernardoni in goals, Jan Valery, I'm not going to name all these guys because you're probably not playing many of them. Fouzi Goulam from Napoli is in defence as well. Bentaleb in midfield with Batista Mendy. Adrien Hunu, he's in attack alongside Ibrahima Nian, who's an old favourite of mine, still no card for him. And Abdallah Sima. So yeah, some interesting fixtures in Ligue 1, particularly for the draft. I'm not too sure about general SO5 leaderboard stacking. Monaco, now eliminated from the Europa League, will be at home to Nice. It's normally quite a big game. Nubel, Matsima, Sarr, Desase and Chao Henrique make up the defence in the predicted 11 for AS Monaco. Yusuf Fafana, Mo Camara in the engine room. Minamino and Volland in support of Ben Yedder and Ben Seger. That's quite funny. They've got both the Bens up front. That's cool. And in Nice, their predicted 11 is Kasper Schmeichel, Lotomba, Dante, Todibo, I beg your pardon, Melvin Bard in the engine room, Boudou, I can't know if I said that properly, Thuram, Diop and Ramsey in support of Terem Moffat and Laborde. So that could be a fun one to watch. Don't know if I'd be touching that, but SO5 wise, I think that kind of takes us out of France a little bit, doesn't it? I think we'll move into the Premier League next if I can't get Harry back. Yeah, Streamlabs has cursed us. We maybe need to change where we actually do this stuff, technologically speaking. Guys, we're approaching the hour mark. We're going to... I'll come back now to the Road to Glory giveaway vote that we had. So it looks like Ferro was the winner. It probably is. Yeah, it looks like Ferro is the winner. Now, I'm going to do a giveaway, guys. Okay, so we had the Road to Glory giveaway. I've got a notification here. Oh, let's see. Greg Taylor. Oh... We'll be giving away a Greg Taylor today. SR Monkey, by the way, that's another donation from the kind man. Thank you very much. SR Monkey, very kind of you. And I've had... I can't take any more Red Cross cards for giveaways because people don't take them back off me. So somebody's just tried to do that with me, you know, to be generous, but unfortunately I can't because people don't reciprocate and receive, you know, the giveaway as it were. So yeah, sorry about that. But I've got a giveaway to do myself anyway. I thought I'd try and support the stream today. I thought I'd give you guys something back for interacting and joining in the content, guys. But before I can let you know what the giveaway we're going to do on the live stream is for you guys that are here, we are only at 82 likes. There's 140, 150 of you here. I'm sure we could get to 110 likes and then we'll do the giveaway. I'll tell you what I'm going to give away to you that are here right now, how you can enter and all that good stuff, okay? So let it be known. So the guy that recommended Ferro, you'll be getting Go Young Jun, under 23 midfielder, just coming in at the beginning of his season at Asia. So congratulations, we'll go and get that dished out to you. But yeah, for the giveaway for today, guys, I need to get us over, there's 150, 160 of us popping in now. We need to get to 110 likes. Come on, guys, come on. We need to get up there, and then I'll be giving you a card. I'll be giving you guys a card. Just need to come out the chat for a second, drop that wee thumbs up button, support the stream, and we'll be doing a giveaway. Help a man out. So I think, yeah, we'll go to the Premier League predicted 11s next because the Premier League is, you know, the biggest league in the world and all that stuff. We kind of need to indulge, don't we, now at this point? So if we go over to the Premier League on Play Sharper, I don't know what the big games we're looking at is. I think a very interesting one is going. It's probably not going to be exciting to watch, but an interesting one will be Sean Dyche's Everton hosting Unai Emery's Aston Villa. The predicted 11 for Everton will be Pickford, Coleman, Tarkowski, Cody and Michaelenko. In midfield, Doucouré, Idrissa Gana Gueye and Amadou Onana. Alex Iwobi and Dwight McNeil in support of Neil Maupay. So yeah, very good Everton team there. There's no reason that squad should be finishing bottom three. The Aston Villa team looks to be Emi Martinez in goals, Ashley Young, Konsa, Mings and Alex Moreno in defence. The midfield looks to be 60% chance Coutinho plays, 40% on Leon Bailey. But in the midfield main three engine room, Douglas Luiz, Boubacar Kamara, John McGinn on an 80% with Jacob Ramsey on a 20%. And then up top is going to be Buendia supporting Ollie Watkins. So I'm quite excited to see John McGinn in action in this match, of course. But I think the Sean Dyche Everton is going to be a very powerful player on the Premier League leaderboard. So be exciting to see how they do and how they develop. Let's see what else. Oh, Tottenham Chelsea. This is a big game at the weekend. So Fraser Forster, I wish I picked him up, man, when he was dirt cheap. I even, like, since he got in, he's only going to be in for a few weeks, so he still is kind of cheap. But Fraser Forster will be in goals. 15 of 42. I don't think that's going to help you out this week. But Christian Romero, Eric Dyer, and Clement Longley will be in defence. The midfield four of Emerson Royale, Højbjerg, Skip, and Ben Davis, and then Kulusevski and Son in support of Kane. You could have guessed it. For Chelsea, it'll be Kepa Arrizabalaga in goals, Reece James, Thiago Silva, Benoit Badiashile, and Ben Chilwell in defence. 40% chance of Cucurella replacing Chilwell there. Midfield engine room, 50-50 coin toss for Kovacic or Ruben Loftus-Cheek, or even maybe slightly outside chance for Dennis Zakaria to come in. Enzo Fernandez partner on them. 55% chance for Ziyech, 45% opportunity for Raheem Sterling to get the start. Felix in the number 10 spot, Mudryk 75% on the left wing, small chance that Mason Mount comes in. With the preferred option probably going to be Kai Havertz in attack, maybe it's Mason Mount, maybe it's David Fofana. That could be an exciting game. And that's going to be on Sunday at 1:30, so I think Sunday's going to be all action football. The Celtic Cup final's on, I think the Man United Newcastle Cup final's on. If that game's on in the Prem as well, could be a great Super Sunday of football ahead for everyone. Let's see what other games look interesting. Leicester Arsenal, huge game for the top of the table. Leicester maybe found a bit of form. I forget how they did last week, but they're at home. Danny Ward in goals, Castagna, Suter, Wout Faes, and Victor Christensen in defence. In the engine room, Yuri Tielemans is on a 50% coin toss with Mendy to partner Dewsbury Hall. Tete, James Maddison, and Harvey Barnes will support Iheanacho. But the Arsenal predicted 11 looks to be Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, and Ben White. Midfield three of Xhaka, Jorginho, maybe Partey, probably Jorginho, and Odegaard. And then up front, Martinelli, maybe Trossard, alongside Nketiah and Saka. So this is probably going to be an all-action affair. I think, a lot of goals going both ways in this game. And I'm just trying to see what other games maybe jump out as for the draft or anything like that. Man City didn't take some big players midweek to Leipzig. Will they be back? The Man City predicted 11 looks to be Ederson in goals, a back three of Ake, maybe Laporte, probably Ake, alongside Ruben Diaz, small chance of Akanji, and Kyle Walker. Midfield engine room of Rodrigo and Silky Ilke, Gundogan. Grealish, very likely to play, maybe Foden, alongside Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, maybe Akanji. Riyad Mahrez on the wing, hot in form at the moment, with Erling Haaland, who else up front. And the Bournemouth team, Neto, Adam Smith, Jack Stevens, Sinise, Zamora, Jefferson Lerma, Phil Billing, Ouattara, Hamed Traore, Marcus Tavernier, and Dominic Solanke. Yeah, I think this should be a goals galore fest for Man City, you would think. Now, I am biased, right, because I've got odds on Edouard Unique at the moment, right? But Liverpool, bit of a rocky result midweek in the Champions League. They will be looking to bounce back away to Palace. And it looks like Van Dijk, Robertson and Trent will all keep their place. I forget who started the game between Gomez and Matip. I think Gomez started. I know they both played. Yeah, Gomez started and gets subbed off for Matip. So it looks like Gomez is probably going to retain his place ahead of Alisson Becker, who will be in goals for the Liverpool predicted 11. Bajcetic will still be playing in midfield, maybe Harvey Elliott, alongside Fabinho, and probably Jordan Henderson, maybe Keita. Up front, Darwin Núñez, Gakpo and Salah is pretty much the only options. Maybe a small chance that Firmino returns, but I don't really hold a lot of faith that Liverpool are in a good place at the moment to go away in the Premier League at the weekend after playing midweek. This game will also be on Saturday evening, so this will be a televised match as well, which will be good fun. And Crystal Palace look to be predictedly to be lining up with Vincent Guaita in goals, Nathan Klein, Joachim Anderson, Mark Guy, and Tyrick Mitchell in defence. Maybe Mitchell drops out for Chris Richards. Maybe Joachim Anderson drops out for James Tompkins. In the engine room, it looks to be Cheikh Doucouré alongside Sambi Lokonga. Maybe Eberici Eze drops into that role there. But it looks to be Lokonga, with Michael Olise, Jordan Ayew, and Jeffrey Schlupp in support of Jean-Philippe Mateta. Maybe Odsonne Edouard, probably Mateta. But I think both, again, will probably share the 90 minutes. And for SO5 purposes, that doesn't really bother me too much because, again, I just need them to score a goal for the strategy to come in. So that's a game that will be on the telly. We'll probably all have a sconce at. And let's hope there is a bit of fun to be had. Sam Ty, the football guy, good to see you, my man. Fist bump. We've lost Harry, and technical difficulties are a right pain in the bum. Well, I think, right, okay, guys, let's see. How many likes have we got to? Yeah, I think we're up to like 100 or something. Let me see. We're definitely past 100, so it's went 103. Guys, 7 more likes. Can we get to 7 more likes? And then I'll tell you, we'll do the giveaway for the stream that's you guys that are here. 7 more likes. Come on, guys. There's over 150 of you here. Let's get up to 110, and then we'll do it. And then what other key leagues do we have to look at? Italy and Spain, probably. We've got the deadline approaching. Still got deadline. I've kind of sorted my teams out. I'll go through them with you, and we'll see what other news is kind of cropping around. Harry Boy's been lost. But I think we'll probably need to ditch Streamlabs for this endeavour because that's just not good enough, man, you know? Like, it's just not fun losing the guest, you know? And then I need to run solo, and then I don't have as much fun because I need to, you know, fill all the dead air, as it were. You know, I can't just pass to Harry and hear some of his insights, you know. So, anyway, I digress. We need to get 3 more likes. Come on, guys, 3 more likes. There's a bunch of yous here. I'm sorry, but I'm going to press this button. And brilliant. We're up to 114 likes, guys. Fantastic. I'm going to give it a wee second. Like the video. That's it, guys. That's it. Like the video. I hit the wee advert button there. Sorry. I had to. It helps, keeps the light on in here, as they say. But, so, got a giveaway to do, right? We are going to be giving away the Road to Glory card, right? The Road to Glory winner this game week was Ferro, right? Now, Ferro, guys, I can't say this enough, right? This guy is a killer, right? An absolute killer of a player. He's still about £14, right? I bought 2 of them for £13 because I thought that's just ridiculously cheap, and I thought I'm going to give a Ferro. This is a boss level card to somebody in the live stream because no matter where you're playing, this guy at limited level can be and will be effective for you. If you stretch out to his all-time graph to the last time he was playing in Croatia, for a centre back, this guy can kill. You know, he can really, really kill. So let's just hope we get that Ferro back. But for £13, he's back at the same team. Let's see if he's even on the Play Sharper Predicted 11 for Croatia, because I've not checked it out for Hajduk Split. He should be in the team. And I actually need to build the Road to Glory team as well. Oh, so they're playing Zagreb. So it's not a great game, but he's in. He'll be playing. And, you know, big players show up in big matches. Maybe he does the business. Under 23 goalkeeper in goals there for Hajduk. Krovinic will also be playing. Trying to think of any other players. I know Levaya. He's a big scorer as well. The Zagreb team, Levakovic, Rostovski, Sutalo, Peric, Lubicic, Misic, Ademi, Manalo, Baturina, Ivanusic, and Petkovic. Really strong, really strong. I think Zagreb, that's a really tough game for them against Hajduk. That's like a derby. He's defo starting. Yeah, excellent. Got quadruple confirmation of all that. So I'm going to give away a Ferro. I almost went off on a tangent there, guys, okay? Now, all you guys are in the live chat today, you're on YouTube, you're a subscriber to the channel, I would hope, right? But if you go into the main Quinny 3001 channel and hit community, you'll see the posts. Now, we've got a lot of posts for here for today, okay? Live now, this is the stream, blah, de blah. Drop a wee like and then drop a comment here and let me know what let me know. Oh, no. Let me ask a question and we'll get a right answer. I like it when we ask questions and get right answers. Or will we do a random selection? Let's do questions. Oh, no. Let's do. Actually, let's just do it in the chat itself. I was going to send you over there and come back to it later, but we could just do. No. Let's do it over here. And we can do a random pick. Or will we do... What I want you to do, drop a wee like on this and then drop a comment of... Yeah, drop a comment of your priority lineup, what competition you're going into with your best team this week. And then I'll pick somebody at random, okay? You'll need to be a subscriber to the channel to find this. You just need to subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. You go to the community tab and then you'll find my little post here. Just drop a wee like and then a comment. Just letting us know what your priority lineup is. And then before we leave the stream today, maybe even before the deadline, by the way. Yeah, I tell you what, let's try and get this done before the deadline. It is almost 10 past 2. The deadline is in 50 minutes. We will draw this in 30 minutes, okay? So you've got 30 minutes to find this post. It's on my YouTube. It's on the community tab on the homepage. Drop a comment of what your priority lineup is. Drop a like on the post as well, of course. And it's the post talking about the stream that you're currently in, this one here. So in the live chat, if you want to do that, you'll enter yourself into winning a limited Pharaoh, and you'll be able to get to use him this game week. Whether that's a good thing or not, who knows? Let's see how his scores pan out. Zagreb dropped 29 last time. Yeah, oofed. Yeah, he might not score well. Let's see how it goes, But big players show up in big matches, man. So I wouldn't be totally terrified of it. And then let's dive back into play sharper. So what big divisions did we have left to tackle? I think we still had Spain. So I think actually we've got, is it a Madrid derby or El Clasico? But we've got a big game for... Yes, it's a Madrid derby, I'm sure. Yeah, Real Madrid are going to be at home to Atleti. Obviously, Real Madrid, heroes in Anfield midweek. Atleti, no midweek football, which probably plays into their hands. It looks to be Courtois in goals. Carvajal, more than likely to play right back. It might be Lucas Vazquez with Militao, Rudiger and Nacho in defence. Looks like Dani Ceballos could start here over Luka Modric in midfield, with Tchouameni or Camavinga going to be in the number 6 position, with probably Toni Kroos, maybe Asensio in midfield, and then the front three looks to be Valverde, Benzema, and Vinny Jr. Maybe Modric comes in for Valverde, unlikely. But Ceballos starting in this team, Nacho starting in this team, kind of tells you all you need to know about the strength and depth that Real Madrid have. But for Atletico Madrid, it looks like it's going to be Oblak in goals with Molina, Savic probably, maybe Jimenez, probably Savic, alongside Hermoso and Reinaldo in defence. The midfield three does look to be Saul Niguez, over Thomas Lemar, Saul Niguez, Koke and Pablo Barrios in midfield, with a front three of Yannick Carrasco, Antoine Griezmann and Marcos Llorente for me. So I'm actually quite fancy my Llorente card as a differential. I don't think Oblak is a card to be worried about playing this game week, because these matches are normally quite low scoring anyway, and if you can get some saves and stuff, that's kind of all you're after. But probably won't be an exciting game to watch. I don't suppose many people will deliberately go out their way to tune into that. But it is a big game all the same. Barca don't seem to have a fixture here. Oh, they do. They're away to Almeria. So Barca obviously played last night, but it looks like they'll have Ter Stegen. Koundé, probably over Araujo, will play at right back. Eric Garcia, Marcos Alonso in centre back. Jordi Alba left back. Sergio Busquets in number 6, alongside Kessie, maybe Sergio Roberto and Gavi, with Ferran Torres, Robert Lewandowski and Ansu Fati starting in attack, most likely. The Almeria team, if you want to see it, it's on screen. There we go. And then probably like quite a glamour game on paper, but not probably in reality, is Valencia Sociedad. Valencia are really in the mud at the moment. Again, expected 11 for Valencia is on screen. Doesn't look that bad. Mamarashvili, Folquir, Diakabe, Paulista and Lato in defence. Musa, Almeida and Mariba in midfield, Kluivert, Duro and Lino up front. That looks exciting enough, but currently like third in the table or something, yeah. Sociedad have been really good. Wee bit sticky patch of form over the last week or two, but Ramiro, Barencia, Zubeldia, Lenormand and Rico make up the defence. In midfield, it'll be Zubimendi, Brais Mendes, Take, I can't say his full name anymore, so it's not on his card. Marino, Oyarzabal in attack alongside Sorloth. So it could be a big game for the draft, depending on how you fancy that to go. And if there's anything else in La Liga you want to see, let me know. For me, the best competition this week is Camp 240. Nice. Mbappe versus Marseille. It could be a big one for sure. Joe Neville just seen your name and thought I would type something by accident. There's two of these. Joel and a Joe. Love it. There's a bunch here, guys. A bunch of likes. Thank you very much, guys, for all the support. Make sure to get involved in the giveaway. We're going to give away a Pharaoh Limited to a random person that gets involved in this post for the stream today on YouTube. You go into my main YouTube channel, hit the community tab. It'll be the last thing I posted. Drop a wee like here, drop a wee comment, and let us know what team you're prioritising this game week. The last key league to go over will be Italy. I'll do that, then I'll have a look at my own SO5 teams. And then for the last part of the stream, guys, any predicted 11s you want, fire them out and we'll go and look at them, okay? Because without Harry, I'm a wee bit now lost without a rudder, you know. So we'll let you guys help out once we have a quick sconce over Italy and see if there's anything that stands out in particular. In terms of glamour games are good for the... I think there's a few good games here. Lazio at home to Sampdoria. The Lazio Predicted XI. Providel. Haisaj is on a coin toss with Lazare for right back, but it'll be Casale and Patric and Marusic making up the rest of the defence. SMS, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic will play alongside Cataldi, probably Luis Alberto, maybe Matthias Ficino in the Lazio midfield. Felipe Anderson, Ciro Immobile, and Mattia Zaccagni will play in attack. Maybe we see Pedro. Sampdoria, languishing at the bottom of the table, desperate for a result. You can see their Predicted 11 now on screen. It doesn't fill me with any confidence that they're playing Mikel Cuisance in number 10, Harry Winks in number 8, Manolo Gabbiadini up front with Sam Lammers. I don't think they're going to have enough. Take a pass Lazio, ultimately. But the other game that looks great is Napoli, the champions-elect at the moment, are away to Empoli, who have not been doing great at all. Empoli at the moment are currently 12th. The Napoli Predicted 11 will be Alex Merritt, Mario Rui, Kim Min-jae, Amir Rami, and Giovanni Di Lorenzo in defence. The midfield of Zambo, Lobotka and Zielinski, very formidable. And then that front three is irresistible. Looking at Kvaratskhelia up front alongside Osimhen and Matteo Politano. Maybe Hirving Lozano starts, so we'll see what goes on over there. For Empoli, the starting 11's on screen. Nothing here really fills me with much confidence or hope for these guys. Luperto was featured on the road to glory. I don't know if he made the final video, but he's a defender to watch out for. And again, all that will be coming out in short form content, so watch out for that. AC Milan against Atalanta, by the way. That could be a goals galore game. No two ways about it. Tatarusanu still in goals. Mike Mignan is back in training, so he's down at 70%. Maybe Magic Mike comes back, but it feels like this could be Tatarasanu's last match if he does play it for AC Milan this season. Fikayo Tomori, Malik Tiao, and Pierre Kalulu make up the defence. Maybe Simon Kiar comes back, unlikely. Salamakers will probably play right wing, Tio Hernandez left wing, with Krunic, Tonali, and Brahim Diaz in the middle. Maybe De Ketelaar starts over Diaz, and then up front we're going to have Giroud, maybe Origi, probably Giroud, partnering Rafael Leao up front. But Atalanta, it feels like they've really caught lightning in a bottle again. Atalanta with their gung-ho approach, like since they've lost Papu Gomez, Big Illich, and one or two other players that really, like Zapata and Muriel, they made that last generation. It feels like the next wave of Atalanta gung-ho attacking football is really arrived in Serie A. Juan Musso in goals, Scalvini, Dermitse and Toloi in defence. Maybe we see Palomino come back into defence. No Demiral still, he's still out. David Zappacosta at left wing back, Joaquim Mila in right wing back, and then Martin Darun and Tien Koopmeiners will be in midfield engine room. And then the front three of Ademola Lookman, Jeremy Boga, and Rasmus Højlund is going to put fear into any Serie A defence these days. So this looks to be a fun game. It's going to be on Sunday at 7:45, so that'll be a fun one to tune into, and I'm actually quite looking forward to watching that. Get the popcorn out, one of those games. Inter are away to Bologna. Bologna, of course, I've recently kind of fell in with a bit with the goalkeeper situation, mid-table. Very good talent ID situation at Bologna over the last few seasons, but Inter in fourth, really struggling to find their way this season. Do have a very strong Predicted 11 with Andre Onana, Bastoni, De Vrij, maybe Acerbi, probably De Vrij, and Skriniar in defence. DeMarco, what have I been telling you guys on this channel? DeMarco is the man for Inter this season, and it's happening every week. And left wing back, Denzel Dumfries, right wing back over Darmian. Midfield engine room of Barella, Brozovic, maybe Mkhitaryan, and Hakan Calhanoglu. And then up top, it looks to be old gold Serie A title winning forward line of Lautaro Martinez and Rom Lukaku, maybe Edin Dzeko. So again, Inter, even out of form, the quality in their team, you cannot write them off. So yeah, Skorupski, I don't know how to feel about his game. But yeah, very good team for Bologna as well. Guys like Posh, Dominguez, Shooting, Lewis Ferguson, Orsolini, Musabaro. Very good team. So maybe a 1-1 game, 0-0 or something. So I don't know how to feel about that for my own cards necessarily. And I think that's probably all she wrote for Italy. Italy, Germany, England, Spain, France. We've done them all, haven't we? Yeah. Grand. I'm going to take a pause for the cause, guys. I put a wee scarf on. I was hoping Harry was going to... Celtic are playing in cup final action this week, guys, right? So it's Celtic versus Rangers in the League Cup final, the Viaplay Cup or whatever. And it's going to be great for me this week, right? I've seen this on the End Product podcast, I think, or I've seen it somewhere. But it's great for me because Celtic are playing Rangers in the cup. And they're not in SO5 action, but every other SO5 player I've got is in action. So this week when I'm building my teams, I've got this kind of weird, I would almost call it a luxury of a experiment or an exercise to go through, where I am quite literally removing the core part of my strategy, which is Celtic, and I'm playing with every other card this week because Celtic are not in SO5 action. The League Cup final is not scored. So not only do you guys not need to worry about Celtic cards this week, no matter what division you're in, but I can just enjoy SO5 with my normal other cards, and then I can enjoy Celtic on. It's not like Celtic aren't playing. It's a cup final as well, so that'll be kind of detached emotion. You know, I've got Sorare and I've got Celtic quite separated this week because the last season it's been very much the same thing, you know. So I'm quite looking forward to that. Weasel Mount loves the scarf. I picked it up in the last game, and I just thought, I need a Greg Taylor scarf to go with the Kyogo, the Jota, and the McGregor ones I've got, and that was the one they had. So I thought it was good crack. So I'll take these. All right, we're going to do the draw for the giveaway in 20 minutes, guys. Okay, so if you want to win the Pharaoh, I'm going to refresh. I'm not sure if any of you have interacted with it. Let's have a look. There's a bunch of these already. Legends, guys. This is a great card you want to win, by the way. So this is the post here. 69 likes, 74 comments. Drop a wee comment. I'll pick somebody at random. You'll get a Pharaoh limited card shipped out in the next 20, 25 minutes. And if you want to use it this game week, you're more than welcome to, you know. So find this post. It's on my YouTube page. You click the community tab. It's the last thing I posted. Drop a like and a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, of course, and we'll get a wee random person picked out for that. But when I come into, this is what I want to show you first, guys, right? If you've been keeping up to speed with the channel here, right? As you know, we made a real, I would like to say clever, right? A real clever move on Sorare NBA. And this game week, it's maybe going to pay off big time. We've got our first under-23 NBA lineup out, and I think my guys are amongst the best. And not only have I started off well with Halliburton dropping in a 61 before multiplier, but Mafurin, L10 cap, or whatever it is, L15 cap, or whatever, of 22 points, dropping in a 39 before multiplier last night. So way ahead of the score here. I need to see Sengun, I need to see Jabari Smith, and I need to see LaMelo the baller dropping big scores. And guys, man, I fancy myself to win this division. I think we're only maybe a quarter of the way through the game week, but you know, I think I can see myself running away with this, man, with the scores I've picked up already. Let's just hope Sengun and Jabari, between the both of them, kill it. Big LaMelo's good for it as well. So I'm really excited for some basketball scores this game week, it must be said, in the midweek. But look at this, guys. I managed to grab Ethereum out of cap 240 with Wirtz dropping a 100. I played Falcao because you have to submit a team, so you have to play a forward. I knew he wasn't going to play. He had no fixture, of course. Guardiola got the goal against Man City and brought in 71 points. But Robbo had an absolute mare against Real Madrid, and I was like, Jesus, I need Trubin to break 61 points, probably without a clean sheet, for me to get Ethereum. And not only did Trubin do 61, he did 72. He went all the way to extra time. He conceded 2 goals, and Trubin is, honestly, he is going to be the best goalkeeper that someone's going to pick up in the summer. Someone's going to pick him up in the summer. Maybe Tottenham. Maybe if Tottenham get Oblak, maybe Atletico Madrid get Trubin. Something like that is going to happen. Trubin's going to go to an elite team, and everyone's going to say, wow, this guy is the man, because he is. Between Trubin, Guardiola, I think, how many points was I over? I was going to say there, you could almost take out Robbo, and I would have still hit it, but not quite. So I'm just about getting 50 quid of Ethereum out this game week for that, which is a welcome surprise, because the midweek I didn't have anything on in terms of plans or anything. I'll show you we're 38 minutes away from the end of the deadline, guys. Rockets supposedly not using Sengun as much to try tank. Sugar. Wish I knew that, man. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I think as long as he plays one of the games well, I don't mind. So, Serie A Draft, this is what I'm going for. I made a few swaps this week, okay, but I'm going to go with Skorupski in goals, because I've just can't be bored changing goalkeepers. Marusic at home to Sampdoria. He did great last week, along with Ciro Immobile for Lazio. Sensei away to Salernitana, and I'm going to captain Berardi for Sassuolo away to Lecce. I think that could be a good team. I've built up some XP on some of the guys, I think, like Berardi and Skorupski, so maybe that will come into play for me in the Bundesliga draft. But double Dortmund midfield, and again, I've got XP on these guys. Timo Werner in attack, Ben Sebaini in defence, and then I've traded in to get Pavlenka as my goalkeeper, because I think he's the best pick for Bundesliga goalkeeper this week. In the Premier League, I've went with Fraser Forster just because he was cheap, and I thought, why not? It'll be funny. With Van Dijk. And then the front three, big XP on them all. I'm waiting for them all to come in the same week. It's not yet happened. De Bruyne, Saka, and Haaland. It's just copy and repeat. Because it is only out of 200, I am trying to lean into that. Eventually, these three will link up in big scores. And while I'm waiting for that to happen, I'll gather some XP. So goalkeeper and defence is what I'm messing about with. I think Van Dijk, even if Liverpool were to concede a goal or something, he might have a lot of clearances to make, interceptions and stuff. So I think he's good AA capable. And Fraser Forster, I don't think Tottenham will concede more than 2 goals. And he's a shot stopper. He will make lots of saves if Chelsea get shots. I've got no doubt about that. So Fraser Forster is good for AA for me on, just me knowing him as a goalkeeper. In France, I've went with Matt Sells in goals this week, away to Clermont. Tagliafico in defence. Cherki as well, playing on Ger, of course, plum fixture. I'm going to go with Golovin in midfield at home. Actually, was Golovin in the predicted 11? For Monaco? I'm not sure he was. No, he wasn't. Oh, yeah, right. So I think we're going to drop Golovin then. Good catch by me. Let's see, what other midfield option do I have other than Golovin? I think it might be Yusuf Fofana, by the way. It is. Right, do I have a swap? I do have a swap. Right, we're going to swap a midfielder out. We're going to get rid of Golovin because he's probably the most expensive one. Yep. And then who are we going to draft in for midfield? Who's the best midfield? We can't take Lyon. We could take PSG, but I'm not sure we're buzzing about any of those guys. The max price we've got is 57 points. Bourdieu, is he been playing? Kind of has, he kind of hasn't. We'll look at Bourdieu, see if he's in the predicted 11, because that could be an easy no-brainer pick. So let's see, Bourdieu. Is he going to be back in for Stade Ron. Bourdieu. For Ron, Bourdieu 70% on. I think we take him. That's an easy one. Or Bourgoat, as most people call him. So we'll take Bourdieu in midfield. Thank you very much, Sorare. Nice exchange there. Golovin for Bourdieu. We're going to captain Cherki, I think, this week. Nice. That feels good and strong, like that. Quite happy with that. And then in La Liga, we're going with Sergio Herrera in goals, Pablo Maffeo in defence, and I think Gabri Vega, Antoine Griezmann and Ferran Torres are all decisive capable. So I'm just kind of hoping if Herrera can break 60, if Maffeo can break 70, I think this team's got the firepower to do something. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now, Harry was alluding to this before we came on stream, right, guys? This is my Cap 240 team. It was one of the first teams I picked this game week because it's all NYC. And if you look closely, every one of them is a jersey number. I've got a lot of jersey number NYC cards. You're going to see this action a lot this season. But I think this is a beautiful team for Cap 240, number 1. And number 2, I think this team could actually be like seriously capable of getting into the top 20, top 50 or something. If NYC do get a positive result away to Nashville, like their scores will be good, man. So worst case scenario, we get 250 points. But best case scenario, this team could get something mad, and really throw us up. So all jersey numbers, first game of the season, all playing together. It just feels so right, doesn't it? And the thing about them as well, all of these guys, is they've all got mad crooked jersey numbers. Like Barraza's 13, Tavon Gray 24, Keaton Parks 55. Only got minted last week. I've been waiting forever for that to come. Thiago Andrade, number 8, and I must have paid, honestly guys, if you look at how much I paid for that Andrade, I paid way over the odds. I paid over the odds at the time, and in the way things have went, I've paid a mental amount for that Andrade, so he needs to get to work this season in a big way. And then of course Talis Magno, number 43, a really difficult one to acquire, so buzzing for it, guys. Hopefully there's some good luck to be had with the New York boys. So that'll be good fun for me. And then All-Star Rare, guys, I was going to be playing this kind of strategy in these divisions anyway, with this kind of gallery I've got. All-Stars and cap modes, I think, are the future for me. Regions and that kind of thing. I don't have the depth to really go at regions as hard as before. I can have way more fun playing everything through that kind of global lens, particularly now with all the football that's on. So we're going to have Sean Johnson in goals at home, away for Toronto and playing DC United. Pablo Mari in defence for Monzo and Serie A away to Salernitana. Captain Ryan Gauld for Vancouver at home to RSL. James Ward-Prowse, who I won last week, he's away to Leeds United. And Vakun Bayo is at home to St. Truden in Belgium. It feels like a beautiful all-star team. It feels like it's apex build, strong centre-back, a really good team, ball-playing team away to a rubbish team fighting relegation. Goalkeeper can make saves and get clean sheets. Both the midfields are maestros, and then the striker is multi-decisive capable. the prize pool. If we get into the top 100, we're going to be picking up €80, $100 worth of Ethereum, plus any cards that come our way on top of that. I definitely think that's a top 100 capable team. And that's always the way, guys, I've been building these teams. If regular viewers of the streams will be able to tell you, these are the kind of landmarks I've always set myself. So it's nice to see that they've got prize place pots. This was actually one of the last teams I built. Okay, so you need to tell me if like Wirtz is not going to feature, because I'll drop him for somebody that will feature. But this whole team for me is kind of sketchy. Tani should start, but he might not. Guardiola should start, probably does, but Frankfurt are not an easy game. Played Man City midweek as well. So who knows how the scoring will actually go. Ferran should start, probably starts. Wirtz probably doesn't start. For this team to do something, he needs to get off the bench for a decisive. That's why I captained him. And Tati Castellanos. Now, Tani is on 9.5%, almost full XP. Ferran Torres full XP. Guardiola's on like 8.5% or something. Castellanos is on 11.5%, and Wirtz is on 9.5%. So I've got huge XP going in my favour here. So I say this was one of the last teams I built, so this was just kind of, it felt appropriate to put them all in under 23 together. But let me know on Wirtz, guys, if he's definitely not going to make the matchday squad. I would really appreciate that, as we are only 32 minutes away to the deadline. Now, I chopped and changed a lot, guys. Now, I've only got 2 uniques going this week. I've only got 2 super rare goalkeepers going this week. So my big team, I think Hendry, Brais Mendes and Gabi Vega have all got great fixtures this week. But my alternatives for uniques are Edouard and Mulgrew. Both are on coin tosses. If Mulgrew doesn't start, I don't see him getting enough minutes to make a big enough impact. Whereas with Edouard, like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't really matter if he starts or not. I'm just relying on him getting a goal or an assist or something. So that's the decision I've went for. I've also not really got any optimal forwards this week. So I thought I'm going to go all-star. I'm not really holding my breath on this team. If it got top 10, I would be made. I would be so buzzing. But even if it gets top 50, I would count that as a success because, again, my goalkeepers, Soria is away to Villarreal. Skorupski has Inter Milan. So I say up front and in goalkeeper, I don't have any apex. I don't have any optimal selections. So I am adjusting my expectations for my bigger team as it was this week. So we'll get to see Edouard maybe do some magic, maybe write his own story. In cap 240, but we're able to go a wee bit stronger in midfield as a result. So Skorupski, I don't think he'll concede that many. Hopefully get some good AA. Same with Maffeo. We spoke about him already in the draft. In midfield, Leggett and Marcos Llorente, I think they're both on for decisives with about 15 odd points of AA. I think they're both 75 capable this game week. And Unal is in goal scoring form. They're away to Villarreal. If Getafe maybe score 1 goal in this game, maybe 2 at an absolute push. And if they do, Unal is probably going to be involved. So I just thought it's a strong 240 team. All start. And the lesson I've learned with Cap 240 is that to have success in it, obviously the midweek I had is a bit of an exception there, but 5 starters and 2 decisive actions is kind of the build for this. And I think I'll get my 2 decisives from midfield, and I just need the rest of them to start, really, is my thinking into that. For All-Star Rare Pro, again, this is one of the last teams I built, priority-wise, is second last to that under-23 Rare team you just seen. But that still feels kind of fun. Like I say, All Black, he's not going to get the clean sheet, I don't think, but he'll probably make a bucket of saves. Same with Chanot. Probably isn't going to get a clean sheet, but will probably get a lot of AA. McGinn and Lassa Sean, midfield dynamos, will get lots of AA, and I'm just crossing my fingers, both of them get a decisive. And then Hebert should start for Seattle, and I've captained him just because I'm not going to captain Chanot or Oblak. But again, a very low priority team. Cap 220, I don't know if this is low priority, but I'm not holding my breath on it. Great to see Finn Damen making his debut with Brian Kufri, Wanyama and Ki Sung Young and Tony Watt complete an ex-Celtic trident here in the 220 pool that I think makes me capable of top 10 finish. Most of the top 10 isn't really worth shouting about, but if we could get top 5, I would be pretty buzzing with that for this team for sure, because Tony, like I say, is a lot of averages player just waiting on his goal to come. Kufri, I don't know how well he'll score, and I know Wanyama and Ki are going to start. They're probably good for about 52 points each, so again, it's hard to put them in a better team than that, you know. And so I'm going to put this team, this is the wildest team I'm putting out. Like, Haidara's not in the predicted 11. I think he starts. Cunha is 65% on the predicted 11 with Diego Costa, so he may or may not. Giakoumakis we've spoke about already, and again, if you guys are telling me the visa still isn't in, I'll be swapping Giakoumakis with Jordan Larsson, who will be on the bench for Copenhagen. And Mulgrew is a 50-50 coin toss in defence. Gordon doesn't have a game, but that's the extent of the lower end of where I'm at, if that makes sense. So you've probably seen how I prioritised some other things earlier. So, like, I probably think my big hope this week is All-Star Rare. probably my biggest team. If Edouard gets a goal, then this team is fully alive, but it's very reliant on Edouard. And I think 240, I've got a great outfit there. All decisive capable. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm lining up for this game week. Myself in training, all Celtic guys, and then a few other bits and bobs and whatever, nothing. Just thought I'd click on it to show you. But guys, we are half an hour away to the deadline. In 10 minutes, I'm going to do the draw for the giveaway. Let's have a look and see how many of you guys have entered. There's over 150 of you watching. We've got 80 of you entered. If you could drop a like as well, guys, it does just help us out. And yeah, in 10 minutes, so 8 minutes. 8 minutes, we'll do the giveaway for the Pharaoh Limited, and hopefully we can get him in. But I still have my Road to Glory team to pick, right? So let's get a poll done, right? I'll build a team. I'll build the draft team first, right? And in 270, right? And you can see how strong we're looking. So Vaesen, would we take Pharaoh over Deliver? Let's say we take Deliver. Was, we've got Nemeka's probably not going to start. Eze's probably not going to start. So we want Was, and then we've got Magno and we've got Tony. We could squeeze both of them in fact. So we could go Magno and we could go Tony. And that leaves us with 14 points. So we could do that for 270. But I'm even thinking about how cheap Pharaoh is. Could we boss 240? So could we go Vaesen, Pharaoh, Was, Magno, and that leaves us with 33 points. We could still get Tony in. We could do a team like that, for example. We could go All-Star. If we did go All-Star, I think we would get butchered on All-Star personally. Could we go 220? Could we be super cheeky and really try and squeeze under the limbo bar, as it were? With Pharaoh, we wouldn't get Was into this. Who would the other midfield? It would have to be Was, okay. And then we would get Tony in up front. And then how many points we get? Like 35 now. We couldn't quite get under the limbo bar for 220. Unless we took a common. Because we could play a common here. Who could be... Right, okay. Do we get these guys worth like 20 points, or is their minimum here still 40? I'm interested to discover. They do go lower, by the way. So we could get Ferran Torres at 36. No. I don't think they get much lower than that. So 220 is probably not on for us. So it's probably 240 or 270. And I think all the bones of what we have there, except for Magno, could do Challenger Europe. That might be an interesting take, by the way. Challenger Europe. If we went Vaesen, again, Deliver or Pharaoh, it's up to you. Was, and then what? And we'd be doubling up in defence if we went Challenger. Not too fond of doubling up in defence, just in general, me personally. So they're the kind of options we've got. So I'll put a poll, right? What division should we do? Engage with the audience. Start a poll. Add an option. And we'll vote on that in the next 5 minutes, guys. Okay, so cap 270. Cap 240. I like Challenger as a differential, so I'll put Chally. I'll put All-Star because you might be crazy buggers that want to do that. Ask community. Right, cool. So the poll's in there now, guys. We'll have it open for like 5 minutes. What division should we enter the Road to Glory team in? Remember, any card that wins, I'm going to give away to you guys, right? So we want it to win cards. We want it to get stronger. If you think I should get some better players in the Road to Glory series, what happens is every Wednesday, I review players that the Sorare scouts and managers from around the world have recommended, and then we pick one. We vote for one, and I sign them. I bring them into my club. This week we did that with Pharaoh, with all the players that are there. And if you want to get involved in that, check out the video out Wednesday and drop your suggestion in the comment section of that video to feature on this Wednesday's coming episode. 30 minutes to deadline, and a helping hand from Opta doesn't look like it's coming. 249.5 points in cap 240 rare midweek. Sam Ty, that is brutal. Tony's not got a chance this week, says Ian Sorare. Hey, Tony's got a great chance against St Johnstone to score. No two ways about it. Don't forget the training teams. I've done them. Done the training teams. Yeah, there's about 40, 50 of you voted already, guys. We're about 1 minute in. There's about 150, 160 of you here. There's 127 likes. Could we get to 150 likes? Guys, that would be a new record. Could we get to 150 likes? We're almost at 130. Almost at 130. We'll wait for that poll to close. We'll pick our Road to Glory team, and then I'll give out the Road to Glory Pharaoh. We'll do that. Hi, I am new to Sorare and was wondering what limited should get to start doing a semi-pro Premier League. Elliot, you've came right at the last minute for something like that, mate. There's been so much content. I tell you what you want to do, guys. When this stream does end, it's not ending now, right? But see, when it does end, looking up on Laird's latest episode is the scheduled premiere. So when you finish this stream here, you don't need to do anything. The screen will tell you everyone from Quinny's stream is watching this now, and you can go and watch that. But Sorare TV is where, if you're brand new, if you're not subscribed to Sorare TV, you are missing out, because that's where all the best content creators secretly go to put all their best content, and we don't really tell anyone just yet. So make sure you jump over there at Sorare TV. You can find it dead easy. And looking up on there, we'll be premiering at the end of this. We had a double bubble from Major League Sorare, Trip and B, and Draft Kicks, Skylar. Yesterday, really get it set up for MLS as well. And we got the latest episode of the Euro Draft kind of show out on, I want to say Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, I forget. So yeah, all good things. Tim Ream for Semi-Pro says, Scott, just sent AMA. What was that? Mark Hodgson, ignore me, sorry. Hi, sorry, I think I've caught up with everything. Okay, 2 minutes ago. Right, we're going to give it 2 more minutes, and we'll finish the poll. There we go. Awesome. Okay, cool. I can't wait for this game week, guys. Like I say, I've not got my mad Celtic high hopes of hitting podiums and stuff, but I really hope that spread of teams I've got, I should be getting in amongst a good couple of cards. I think the 240s are there. I think both my 240s should absolutely fly in. What was my rare 240? Oh, it's the NYC team. Yeah, so that should be good fun. Hey, Quinny, who to captain? Sané, Brandt, Guerrero, or Kynes? I would captain Brandt every day of the week there. 90-minute capable, set-piece taker, AA machine, and decisive and a set-piece taker and stuff. Solomon for Prem Semi-Pro says Jonathan Gargi. That could be a good shout as well. Michael Elise might be a not bad one as well if he does start for Palace and you think the upset happens there. Next week differential, just a wee bias one because I am expecting and hoping, of course, that 72 votes, guys. We can get a couple of votes in. What division should we be targeting in the last kind of minute? 30 seconds and we'll close the vote. MLS is back equals goals, 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 says Noisy Steve. You can say that again, my man, for sure. But yeah, it's going to be a huge weekend, guys. I'm looking forward to drawing the Pharaoh. We'll do that. So I'll close the poll. We'll pick the Road to Glory team. We'll give away the Pharaoh. Okay, we'll get that stuff done as we approach that time in the stream. We are at 134 likes, guys. If we could get to 150, it would be a record for the channel, and I would be super happy for a live stream. That would be fantastic. Captain Chuma, Jesus Ferreira. I'd go Jesus Ferreira or Ali Federer. I don't know Federer, to be honest, so I would take Ferreira. Sorry, meant to say I sent over a rocker for the RTG. Why are you sending over a rocker? I don't understand. Mark Hudson, you've lost me. Right, okay, we're going to end the poll. And the results are... End poll. And the results are... 65% of you guys say cap 240. So we're going to go into cap 240. And we're going to play the Road to Glory team in here. So we're going to be chasing down with an Etienne Vassin in goals. In defence, do we go Ferro or Deliver? I need to remind myself of who Deliver plays for here. Is he a Rika player or is he the rubbish team player? He's a Rika player. I actually like that then. I like taking Deliver. I think he's got a better fixture than maybe. Was. And then if we take... Oh, no, we can't take Deliver and Was. Then I think we need to take Ferro. Right, okay. What jersey numbers have I got there? Like 239. And then what was the other one? 246. I'll give away 239, the lower number. That's fine. So, Magno, and then we'd finish with Tony up front. Yeah, excellent. Good stuff. We don't get a captain choice here. We're hoping for Magno to be multi-decisive capable, Tony to get off the mark, goal or assist is fine, Ferro to have an AA machine, and let's hope it's a low-scoring affair as far as Dinamo Zagreb are concerned, and Etienne Vassin, as we know, is just a 53 reliable goalkeeper. So, cap 240 looks set to go, guys. Quite excited for that. And As I say, guys, if this pulls any prizes, any cards, we'll be giving them away. So top 1,500, we're in amongst it. But this team, guys, if it was all to pop off, man, Ferro is a monster. He could do 100. Tony could get 65, 70 points. Magno can get an 80. In midfield, Was, we know he's mad capable of 100 as well. So, like, this Road to Glory team, we could win a Star Limited and a Rare to give away. How incredible would that be, guys? Let's root this team on. Let's support it with all of our thoughts and prayers and all the power of the Sorare scouts and managers from around the world, willing on decisives like we do. These are the places to will it into. We've got a player from Holland, a player in Croatia, a player in Denmark, a player in Scotland, and a player in the MLS. What a Road to Glory Sorare team this is. A thing of beauty, in my opinion. And this has been assembled for absolute buttons. Forget about the Magno, because that's a legacy card for me. I won it. This is a reward card of mine. But Ferro, £13. Was, like a tenner or something. Vassen, as far as goalkeepers go, very moderately priced. So, pretty excited for that. Need to be Ferro to get Was in. Ian Sorare, you're fine. Team is fire, man. I'm really excited for the Road to Glory series to get kicking on now, because we've got some good options, and the Sorare scouts and managers from around the world only recommend absolute studs. There's over 160 of you guys here now, maybe approaching 700. We're at 135 likes, guys. I'm super buzzing. We could get to 150. It would make my day, guys. It would make my day. It would maybe even make my game week. Hard to say at this point, but we'll see how it goes. A lot of great teams all across the place for me. I can't do any semi-pros because I've got too many limiteds now, which is a bummer. We've not got... Can we do a 220 team with the leftovers? Is that possible? So if we played Pavlik in goals, Deliver we still have. I would probably just throw the Mecha at... Well, we could play this guy, so we've not dished him out yet. We could throw him at it. We don't have another forward bot, do we? Yeah, we've used Tony and Magno. And then who else would we have? Nemeka, probably, yeah. Nemeka or Eze. I'd probably take Nemeka. And then, yeah, we're like a forward. So, close to building a second team on Road to Glory. We're not too far off of it. Maybe when the fixtures change for us, it might help out. Let me go and check. Been listening during work meetings when I could. Just dropped my like on the stream. Adam Kenyon, fist bump, my man. Thank you very much. We're up to 139. Thank you very much. We're 11 away from a record, guys. 11 away from a record. But the Road to Glory series, we're up to 16 cards. A few of them I've got to give away, of course. Oh, we've got Greg Taylor to give away as well. I forgot all about that, guys. Monkey donated a Greg Taylor for us to give away. So I'm going to give away the Ferro for the thing that we spoke about. Now, guys, we can have some fun with this, right? We can have some fun with this, right? So we'll do this, right? We'll give away Ferro now, right? I want to give away the Ferro now. And then we've got Greg Taylor to give away to somebody in the chat, right? In the live chat is where we're going to give away the Greg Taylor, right? So we had, how many entrants did we have on this? 85 in total. Okay, cool. So we're going to pick a number between 1 and 85, and then as it appears on my screen, I'm going to go and find you, and I'm going to give you Ferro. Now, please reply to me as quickly as you can, and we'll get him into your gallery so you can play him this game week if you desire. We'll generate a number, 81. So we've got 85 comments on screen. We're going to go all the way to 85. And then we'll count our way back to number 81. Congratulations, you have won a Ferro Limited Boss Defender in the making. So 85, 84, 83, 82, 81. Hey, my. Congratulations. I know your club. Congratulations, hey, my. I think that's one of the first cards you've won from me, my man. Congratulations. I love it when that happens. And let's get Hey My is Ferro, just in case he wants some. So 239 Ferro was the one I was going to send. And I know your club name, Hey My. That's a lovely, nice, swift win. I can just send that over. Backman, you send Ferro. And I'm going to send you the lower serial number for clarity to make sure it doesn't get taken out my team. Send trade. And there you go, Backman. Congratulations, a loyal follower of the channel. Been here for so long. Hey, man, you're still here, my man. Fist bump. Congratulations. Love that. GG's, great win. Now, guys, I don't know what you think's better. Greg Taylor or... Oh, we've got an offering from Bales. Oh, we've got... Will we give away the Roca? Will we give away the Roca? What did you give me this for again? Was it Moldy that gave me this? You've gave us it to give away, right? So we'll put Roca and Taylor together, guys, okay? We've got Taylor and Mark Roca to give away, and we'll give it away to the live chat, okay? Now, I'm going to ask a number-based question for the first one, okay? So I need to make sure I go and get the correct answer ready before we do that, okay? And then we'll give away. Oh, let's do a vote, right? What's better, right? Vote for what's better in the giveaway. Start a poll. What is better, Taylor or Roca? Right, what would you rather? A Celtic defender or a Premier League midfielder is #1 prize. It's in the poll. We'll just leave it for a wee minute, right? While I do my maths, right? So vote in the poll. What do you think should be #1, Taylor or Roca? Let me know. 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 We'll leave it for a wee minute, and then I'll give you the question, right? For the top prize. Q Footy Killer has said 63. I can tell you that will be the wrong answer, but that strategy will not work for you. But at 142 likes, guys, we're almost there. Can we smash past it? Can we smash through it? Can we smash through it, guys? Let me know. Sam Ogle has come in with a deadline bid. I don't know, Sam, a friend of the channel. He's got 26 limiteds and no rares. He's just dropped in a deadline offer for my Finn Damon. Does confuse me, I'm not going to lie. Right, okay, 69 votes. Let's close the poll. I think it's 80% says Taylor. So Greg Taylor, very much the #1 prize here. Okay, guys, now to win the Greg Taylor Limiteds, okay, that was donated to us by Sorare, friend of the community, hero and legend to many, SR Monkey. So thank you very much to SR Monkey. Please do give him a follow at SR Monkey on Twitter. He has donated the Taylor, and I'm going to give it away to the first person in the live chat. You ready? Earlier today, I told you my Cap 240 team is all NYCFC jersey numbers. What is the cumulative number of those jersey numbers combined? 5 players, 5 jersey numbers, the total number. What is it? First one that gets it right gets Greg Taylor. And it's not, somebody said 57 and 63. It's not that. Okay? Keaton Parks' number is pretty big. There's a few of them have got pretty big numbers, you know. So the first person in the live chat, they can tell me the cumulative jersey numbers added up together for my SO5 team, my NYC Cap 240 jersey number team that you've seen earlier in the stream. Those 5 jersey numbers added together. First one to give me that right number that I see in my chat on my screen as I see it will win the Greg Taylor. And the numbers are flying in, guys. I know what the right one is. I'm not sure if I've seen it. Oh, there's some that are, I've seen, somebody's got it right. Someone's got it right. There's 1 or 2 of these that are 1 or 2 out as well, which means I don't know who you have got wrong. Oh, the chat is flying. Love to see that, by the way. Love to see that. All the numbers are flying, guys, right? If you're still going, brilliant. Let's get all the numbers in. Let's get all the numbers in. The correct answer is 143. I'll put it on screen for you in case you're doubting me. But the shirt values of them all, Baraza is on a 13. Tavon Gray is 24. Park says stream disconnected and reconnected. You guys broke the stream. You guys actually just broke YouTube. Congratulations, guys. Thank you very much. We're at 144 likes. We will really break YouTube if we can get to... oh, by the way, the first one we had that got it, oh, Jelmer, by the way, you said 147 quite quickly. You were so close, my man. But then, oh, Robin Sund, 141, so close. And then, oh, 143, Moritz Pike. 143, Moritz Pike. You're the first one I've seen here, buddy. You were 1 comment ahead of M. Woods, who said 142. Oh, so tight, so close. And yeah, did we get any other right answers that were a wee bit behind you? We did. Rick Westbrook. Kean Oakley, a wee bit behind us there as well. Rick Westbrook said it twice. Oh, Jordan Wallace, not far away with 147. But Moritz Pike, congratulations, mate. Drop your Sorare club name in the live chat here and now, and we'll get Greg Taylor shipped off to you. Rick, you were so close, mate. You were so close on that one. But we've still got to give away, what was the other card again? Mark Roca. Okay, so I think we'll do it for a live chat thing again because that was lots of fun. I had that question locked and loaded. Can I get another one? One that is maybe, I don't know if it should be easier or harder. Let me think. Let me think. What is a good one? What is a good one? I deserve the rocker. Rick Westbrook, do you think so? I don't know. I did say we'd give it away separately. I do kind of agree with you sentiment-wise, but I did say I would give it away separately, and I'm just trying to think of a fun question now. Okay, how about this? Okay, another number-based one. Or will we do another number-based one? Oh, we've got an offer from Edward. Oh, we've got an Eder Balanta coming in. Okay, so we've got another 2 cards to give away. We'll give away an Eder Balanta. Edward, I know you're here, my man. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Fist bump. I think you're a member of the FC Barcelona Foundation. And guys, every FC Barcelona is my club, right? And like every great club in world football, what makes the club special is the fans, you know. And the FC Barcelona Foundation, all the members of the channel are fucking heroes. And Edward has donated a lovely card that we can give away to someone here. So we've got 2 cards to go. We're at 145 likes, guys. If we can get 5 more likes squeezed out of us before the end of the stream, that would be amazing. We've got 2 more cards to give away before we wrap up the show as well. So I'm just trying to figure out if a nice number game that we can play to do the Mark Roca card. Let's say, okay, rounding up the way, right? Rounding up the way, what score did Andy Robertson get against Real Madrid? Without XP multiplier, as I see it on my screen here, rounding up to the nearest whole... No, actually, I'll tell you what. Forget the rounding up. The exact number Andy Robertson scored. Oh, shit. I said rounding up. Oh, no, there's a delay and stuff. The exact number. The first one to give me the exact number. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I made a mess of that. Right. I'm so sorry. Scrap that. I made a mess of that. We'll do the same question, right? We'll do the same question. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Stop. I've messed that up. We'll do the same game again, right? But it won't be Andy Robertson. The exact number. So, to the exact number. I'm going to wait for you to stop because there's a wee delay. Right? I fucked that one up, guys. I'm really sorry. Moritz Pike, I see you, but I need to know your club name. Right. I'm sorry, guys. I fucked that one up. This time for real. I'm sorry. The exact score that Trubin got in the midweek. That's what I want. And I'll give you the Mark Roca. Trubin. His exact score. No multipliers. His exact score. It's just Moritz Pike as well. Lovely. Moritz Pike. Lovely. Oh, brilliant. You got a Kyogo picture as well. Love it, mate. Love it. Add card. Taylor. Limited. Not the super rare, not the rare, the limited. There we go. Boom. Right, okay, cool. So the exact score that Trubin got, okay, was, I can put it on screen now that I've done this, 72.4 was the exact score. There's no multipliers in this division. So let's go back and see who was the first person that said 72.4 after the Andy Robertson scores of like 17s and stuff. Ooh. Moritz went after it again. Very close. Weaselmount, I think you got it, buddy. 72.4. Weaselmount was first on. Boom. Weaselmount, well done, my man. Let me know your club name and we'll get you the Mark Roca. Congratulations, mate. Weaselmount. I'm just double check on Sorare in case it is what it is here. Yeah, it might be. Is it Weaselmount? Is it actually the same name on Sorare itself? Congratulations, mate. You're all too fast. I think that was you. And what was that for again? That was for the Roca, Mark Roca. I'll just wait for confirmation that that is you, mate. It is indeed. Beautiful. That'll be with you now. Cyberspace is taking it all its way to you. Now, the final giveaway, guys, we'll do a little bit different of a number. What is a different number we could do that you guys could find out or discover? Okay. Right, okay. I'll give you one. Moritz Pike, welcome. Picked up a season ticket to be an FC Barcelona Foundation member. Yeah, season ticket, just a season ticket. £1 a month, 25p a week. We're locked in, guys. In 3 minutes' time, the final giveaway we're going to do, we're going to give away the Eder Balanta, okay? All I need you to tell me is what position did I finish in All-Star Super Rare last weekend? It's one number. Where did I finish? What position? First one to tell me that, you will win Eder Balanta. It's a bunch he's firing off. Somebody's got it right quick. He's all remembered very well. Well done. Smashing. I'll wait for these all to finish. I'll go and double check who was first. So there's a few of these that will come in together. And we'll get that done. I'll give you a wee synopsis. I'll have an wee glance over my teams just right before we lock away for the game week. In case any of you have popped off and came back or whatever. Those prizes have been shipped already to those heroes and legends. So thank you very much for participating in the stream today. And we'll find out who the last winner is shortly. But these are the teams that I've got. If you want to check them out on screen, I'm not going to read them and recite them through again today. But these are the teams I'm rolling out for this midweek. A lot of hopes going into the All-Star competition. I'm taking a big gamble on Unique Edward. I don't really have, without Celtic, my strength is weird. Like, I do have a lot of strength, but it's where do I put it and how do I appropriate it is what I've tried to wrestle with this game week. And I think I've just about done it. Have we got any clarification on Giakoumakis? I don't think I'm going to take any risk on him not having a visa still, because I don't think anyone's confirmed that it's all good yet. So I'll probably just drop him out for Jordan Larson, who's going to be on the bench for Copenhagen, but at least I know he'll be on a bench, So I think I'll just finish that up, and I'll just double check my training teams are in. The Road to Glory team's in as well. We're cooking with gas. Let's see, who was the first one? I finished third, of course. I was on the podium. It wasn't first. I wish some of you were right there. And the first person that said number 3 was Lloyd. Congratulations, Lloyd. Let me know your club name in the chat right now, mate, and I'll get that fired over to you. Rapid. This is when I hate the Wi-Fi. Oh, gutted. Lloyd was first for you as well. Rick Westbrook, same for me, buddy. I've got Lloyd as being first also. So Lloyd, let me know your club name, buddy, and I'll get that sent over to you. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited for this game week. What games are actually on tonight? I'm going to be in the studio Saturday watching tons of football, getting stuck into some of the games that are on the telly and stuff, if memory serves me right. FC Ludo. Let's get that done now. FC Ludo. There might be some more content coming at you guys. Oh, lovely. You've not got that much, buddy. That should help out a lot. I think Eder Balanta, I think he's in and out of the team and stuff, but he is a player, like he's not a dud. So there you go, Ludo, my man. Gladbach. Oh, yes, Gladbach tonight. Oh, sugar, I just kicked this. Sorry, guys, I just kicked the table. Yeah, let's check out what games are actually on tonight, because that'll be exciting to see who we're going to get watching tonight, if there's anything fun on. Nordischland or Dens, Fulham Wolves, okay, Mainz, Mönchengladbach. That'll be fun, yeah, for sure. Anything else? Elche, nah. Oh yeah, so some fun games, guys. I look forward to watching that with you. Zult and Kreutzig is what you're going to be watching. Hey, man, I love to hear it. But yeah, the End Product podcast went live earlier on the channel. I was first put third instead of 3. Scott, I didn't see that, buddy. I did say what position. Nah, mate, you're not first on my screen. I'm really sorry, mate. I have to go with my screen. I do see you here, mate, but you're on my screen, Scott. You're after Joe Ducey, Ronan O'Reilly, Joe Neville, Kebab, Kungan, and Lloyd on my screen, buddy. I'm really sorry about that. Thank you very much. Helps my journey a lot. I think it will, mate. I think it will. So yeah, it should be good fun. And then Saturday, how do the fixtures roll out? So Saturday afternoon in the Prem, do we have a game at 12:30? I don't think we do. Interesting. So it's a nighttime game. Palace, Liverpool, fun. Do we have any early games? Nope. Schalke, Stuttgart at 5. That's rotten. So yeah, I think it's at 3 o'clock. So where all the fun is that? Benfica, Scotland, no Celtic or Rangers, obviously. Spain, Madrid derby at 5:30. Valencia Sociedad at night. That'll be good. So I'll put a wee star on these as the ones that look fun. Fenerbahce, Nashville and New York. Yeah, we'll be watching that. So I think my Saturday's much more of a chilled out affair until we get to the evening games. Let's see. Anything worth paying attention to? Dortmund, Hoffenheim, big time, goals galore. Frankfurt, Leipzig, big time. And then the Prem, what 3 o'clocks look decent? Leicester, Arsenal. I think this is going to be a good weekend of football, guys. And where's my wee favourites tab on this site? That's a bit of a pain in the bum. But yeah, guys, I'm about to end the stream. And when I do end the stream, it's going to pop up saying that you can join on to the Sorare Data premiere of the latest episode of Looking Up with Laird. With Sam Ty, the football guys, I like to call him, Harry Trades, and Laird. It's a mainly American Dream MLS kind of theme show. I had a great time editing it and listening to it. I'm sure the guys had a great time making it. And I hope you guys have a lot of fun watching it now as well. It's about to come on screen. You might need to click something.